24/7 Video Game Podcast.
Yeah! Whether it's a beer shot or even a glass of wine, grab your favorite beverage and welcome to the Level 857 Video Game Podcast. As always, we are your hosts, LG857.
The 23rd Stallion
Sticks.
Turbo 857.
And your boy Big Chalk. What up?
Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody in the chat? What's going on, everybody out there?
How's it going?
Cheers.
Gaming peeps.
Cheers.
Cheers to everybody
Cheers,
in the
cheers,
chat.
cheers.
How's your week been? Everybody out there.
What week?
It's been
Week.
good.
It's been like 3 days.
Snowy. It's snowy.
Yeah, our week. Yeah, it's been snowing.
Yeah, New York is pretty bad. New York's pretty cold.
It is getting a
Pretty
little bit
snowy.
warmer. A little bit warmer. A
What
tad.
they call it, though? It's,
Nor'easter?
bomb something. The bomb cyclone? The fuck
So
is
they call
that?
it
bomb
the
cyclone?
That's what I heard on the
Sounds
news.
like a finishing move.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Bomb
the hell?
cyclone.
A bomb cyclone.
Yo, what up? How bazaar?
Yo, they're making
How
up stuff.
bazaar?
The world.
They're making up shit.
World of
Bizarre.
Bizarre.
World bazaar?
World Bizarre.
Oh,
World bazaar.
yeah.
D12. D12.
Oh, every
Nothing-
time.
That's nothing to do
Every
with
time.
these clouds.
Every time.
Oh, man. I got it.
Does
I
it?
got
Does it? Actually, does it? Please say no.
So let's talk about the games we've been playing, y'all. And
We could.
let's start it off with Big Chalk.
Not much has changed since Saturday.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Yes.
Playing Dragon Ball Fighters, playing some Guilty Gear, some Forza, some Scarlet Nexus. Just enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoying these games. I'm a creature of habit.
After Scarlet Nexus, do you have a game on your radar?
Johansson.
Oh, dear God.
I was thinking either Nier or finishing Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition.
Nah, fuck that. Do something new.
Excuse me. Who are you talking to?
Let's play something new.
I didn't play Special Edition. I never played
It's the same.
game
It's the
of
same
Resident
thing.
Same game.
It's the same
It's
game.
the
same
It's
game.
the
It's
same
not the same game.
Dante's still
Not the same
there. You
Not
know?
the same game.
Slightly higher
Shut up.
resolution.
Shut up.
Oh,
Like a
man.
little
Anyway, yo,
less
Turbo, what you
jaggy.
playing?
It's like Street Fighter.
I played some Dragon Ball Fighter Z on the train coming here. So,
Interesting,
Yeah, a little bit of that. I got some fighters for you, Chalk. Yeah, I'm just going to whip that ass.
No, it's not.
Whip that.
No, it's not.
What else you been playing?
Halo. Little Halo Infinite.
Oh, yeah, Halo Infinite.
I
I've been
played,
playing that too.
I got back. Oh, man. This game feels so good. It just
Right.
does. It just,
Online or one player?
I play online. I have not played the.
You haven't played story mode?
I have not played the story
You haven't
mode.
played the
I'm
campaign yet?
Nah, I'm
Oh,
waiting
you're
for the co-op.
wildin'.
Waiting for the co-op.
Champagne campaign.
Yeah, but I love how smooth Halo Infinite plays. Plays great. Other than that little smash, I tried to play Final Fantasy VII Original just to get to that last dungeon. I forgot where it was.
Of course you did.
So
That was
I
last
have
year.
To, yeah, I have to go to a walkthrough to see where that last location was. I was like, okay, I'm ready for it. Where's that again? Like, I'm flying around the airship. I'm like, I can't right now. Can't right now.
My man's lagging behind on like 50 games.
That's like when I stopped playing Final Fantasy 8 like 20 years ago.
Yeah, you try to go back to it. You're like, I'm gonna get it done
couldn't
though
do it.
because
Got to restart it.
I gotta play
Yeah,
the remake.
the solution's always to restart.
Yeah, man.
Game Shark.
Not if he's at the end of the game. That
What?
just doesn't
No, I
make
just
sense.
won't ever play it.
No,
Yeah,
Kevin
I'm at
sucks.
the end of the game. I was trying to get the Omni Slash. I was thinking of getting that before I beat the last boss, but then
Just finish the game.
I was thinking maybe I should just finish the game and get to the remake.
Trying to get extra shit.
I think Kevin's the only one who like
It came out in
whenever
1997.
we go through the games we've been playing, he's the only one that upsets everyone. Like he upsets a lot of people with the things he's been playing.
He's like, I got to beat Ruby Weapon first. No.
no, I'm not fighting any of those the weapons. That's not.
You have Knights of the Round. Does it hit at 999?
Nah, 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 nah.
I think
Probably
I got every summon but Knights of the Round.
How do you not have that?
I didn't get that yet. I got,
Knights of the Round is all you need.
I got zero Bahamut. I got the Bahamuts. I got all the Bahamuts.
So you have enough to beat the game.
I think I have enough to beat the game.
To beat the game.
But I was,
It's going to take 3 minutes to beat the
I
game.
was reading facts and like, yo, this game is difficult. I'm like, I kind of ran through a lot of the bosses during the game. Because
They're talking about 1997.
Oh, wait. Till,
This is a different time.
wait till you get through the last battle.
1990.
some people say it's still a challenging game. I'm like, I kind of whip these bosses' asses. Because I don't run from fights. I fight, and I wanted to make sure when I was at a new town that I got all the materia or whatever that the town sold.
All right.
And then it's
It's going to be a challenging last boss. That's all I'm
really.
gonna say.
Well, I think I'll run to the last boss and see what happens.
We'll see about that.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what
Oh,
happens.
boy. So, I mean, like I said, from Saturday, I've only been playing. Did I play? No, I've been playing was Blaster Master Zero 3. And I should have beaten it by now. I'm up to like 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours, something like that. Like the run through is usually like 6 hours. I don't know what the hell.
Oh, they doubled that shit.
But I like the game. I don't like the map. I wish that the map
Oh,
connected.
Jay's getting lost. Oh,
all the time.
Jay
All the
always
time.
be getting lost.
No, I just don't understand how the map connects to other stuff because it's all separated. It's not like a Castlevania map where you can just look at it and go here and here and here. It's all this little map connects to this page, and this map connects to this page,
Yeah,
and this map connects to this page, and then you got to go through it and find out where you're at. I'm not really enjoying that part of the game, but when I'm actually in the right spot and playing, I do enjoy it. Yes, but hopefully I'm like right at the end. I think I'm at the last cutscene, so I'm pretty much on that. But the level that I'm on looks like the last stage. Going by Blast Master standards, it looks like it's an alien stage. It looks like the last stage. So
No, that's Contra.
pretty much there. Yeah, that too. But yeah, so after that, I can move on to some other stuff. But I'm pretty much almost there.
What are you gonna play after?
I told you, PS5 stuff. I'm gonna hit up the PS5.
But what are you gonna play after?
I want to do my Final Fantasy, the DLC.
But what are you gonna play?
Oh man!
Just keep going. What are you gonna play after?
After that, then
After
maybe
that.
Ratchet and Clank. I don't know. But then after that, maybe Returnal. I don't know.
Hey, there you go. Yeah,
And then after that, there's no other games. That's it.
Oh, Horizon,
There's no other.
I gotta
Horizon
play
Forbidden,
Actually,
Forbidden
Elden-
West is coming soon.
Elden Ring is gonna be out
Horizon.
before then. I already bought it, so I'm gonna be playing that.
Horizons this
Wow.
month.
Oh, and King of Fighters 15 is coming out soon.
But that's for you.
Oh yeah.
That's all you.
I thought you were gonna say
That looks good,
Horizon Forbidden West, the
That's
FiOS edition.
Yeah, that's a
So
bad joke.
Jay, is that all you've been playing?
That is all I've been playing.
Oh wow!
How about you?
Grab the fiddle. I got
You playing a fiddle?
I got a lot of games, man. All right, so first off, I'm going to start off with the quick arcade Shock Troopers for Neo Geo. Got it on sale on the Switch. Broke down and bought it.
Shock Troopers.
Shot Troopers 1?
Yeah,
I like Shot Troopers.
yeah.
Two
I
is
like
good
it.
too, though.
2 is good, but not as good as 1.
Really?
Yeah, I like 1 better. That's just
They're
personal
both fun.
opinion.
They're both great. Different
both
games,
good.
though, kind of.
Yeah. It's for anybody who doesn't know, it's a top-down shooter, arcade. It's like an arcade.
Like
it's
Ikari Warriors.
Yeah,
kind of.
kind of. Yeah.
Mercs.
Big sprites. Yeah.
Old school reference.
Oh yeah.
World.
But yeah, ran through that game, played all the scenarios because you could choose your path after a stage or whatever, and very fun. And then
We
the other
played through
thing,
that, right?
One of them we did.
We played
Which
that thing
one
too.
was? Are they both
With the
slanted?
anime looking one, but we played both. I think we played both.
the second one is slightly different. Like the perspective is slightly different than the first one. I like the first one better, but
Master says play Returnal now.
oh, yeah.
Right now.
That's his favorite game, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
After that, if you guys watched Tactical Tuesday, I played Fez. It's like how old is that? I guess like 11 years old now.
My name's Fez.
Fez. Originally played it on Xbox Live Arcade. Great puzzle platformer. It takes, what is it? It's an indie game. It's like a 2D game. Plays 2D. But you get a Fez, so you put on that.
That's what they call it.
That has a, yeah.
That's what it is, a Fez?
That's what it's
Fez.
called, yeah.
Wow.
My name is Yev.
Yeah. So you put this Fez on, and it lets you control reality. So you can turn the two-dimensional planes into 3D, and you have to collect these cubes, and you have to figure out how to get to those platforms, and it changes the perspective of the 2D platforming on how you change the angle. It's really weird explanation of it, but when you see it, it makes sense.
It looks like one of the first games ever made.
Oh yeah. Well, it was made by one guy.
Looks like
It was made by one guy,
no,
talented dude.
It just looks like so simple,
Well, it is simple,
but like
With a twist.
it's simple in concept. But this guy, I think it took a long time. There was a documentary made about this, the making of it, the development of this game, and Super Meat Boy was the other one. And it's an old documentary, and I remember discovering it through that documentary. And I was like, I got to try it out. And then I saw it on Xbox Live, and I was like, oh, let me try this game out.
interesting.
Awesome game.
Fez.
And also Braid was on there, too. In the documentary.
Oh, with the
word.
with
Yeah.
the sex offender.
Okay, so didn't play that.
I spoiled it for everyone.
Oh, dude,
spoiled it
that
for
is
everyone.
horrible.
Not a sex offender.
The entire game.
So that those are quick pick up and play games. I got halfway through the game and I only streamed for like 2 hours. It's a fairly short game, but it's fun. The other game I played, it's It was on sale on the Switch. This is when I went on a freaking rampage and just bought a whole bunch of games on sale on Switch when they had their New Year's sale. And it's a game called The Hong Kong Massacre. And if you like games like Hotline Miami, top-down shooters, or best way I could describe it, it's like a 3D but in a two like overhead.
Loaded.
Yeah, it's like actually, it's like
loaded.
It's like loaded and with like bullet time, so you can slow down time to shoot. And it really reminds me with the music. It reminds me of My Friend Pedro, the way it it controls and everything like that. But it's overhead.
I miss that.
Freaking hard as shit though. It's
Game
tough.
is dope.
I love that game.
Tough
It's like Spider-Man.
game.
It's tough.
And a picture.
Yeah, it is like Spider-Man with guns.
With guns.
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man
Um,
Noir.
What's that?
It's Spider-Man Noir.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
My Friend Pedro. But yeah, no, it's a good game. It's tough as hell. Good pick up and play game. It was on sale for like I think it was like $4, $4 or $5.
Oh, that game's $4 or $5.
Yo, watch out for those $4 or $5 games, man. It's like
One of those you just
I
see it.
could
And you're
probably
like,
get. I almost got caught. Got caught by one, but it didn't hit the single digit one. It hit like $13. I was like, close.
I just bought one. I just bought one $5 game before the show.
Very close.
I think it's like the 4th time I bought it.
What?
Whoa! Oh, it's one of those.
I always get it when it's cheap, and now I had another reason to get it. I'll tell y'all later though.
The fact
Okay.
that Fury was $4 is madness to me. That's
Yo, question.
madness.
What
It's a steal.
memory card do you guys use to expand your memory for your
Switch.
Shit.
Just SanDisk.
SanDisk.
I got a 400 gig. You can get like a 512.
Right now,
I got
Yeah.
a terabyte.
Of course, you got some weird.
I have a 400 gig. and
$500 card.
I'm
No,
probably gonna need
one,
another
it
one.
was less than 150
It's a lot.
Actually,
for a terabyte.
for a terabyte,
A
is
micro
expensive.
terabyte.
It was like
Just get
29 for a 400 gig.
Dude, I saw that was on sale 400
Yeah.
gig SanDisk for $40.
I'm gonna go find one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the terabyte
So,
though. It'll,
yeah.
it'll crash on you. Don't worry.
No, it's not correct.
Way too early.
I have.
Oh,
I
dude,
have
imagine
more
that.
than
It will.
than I
Dies.
need.
Like
Oh,
it
well.
just dies. It's just like,
It's
oh.
too big a card.
I remember needing some space for like some new game I got, and I'm like, what can I get rid of? And I saw Ash of Gods there. I said, delete. Delete. Just get rid of it
That's what you
from
gotta do
existence.
Remember you bought that card that was like a 512 and it was really
Fake.
like
Yeah.
60 gigs?
It was
Yeah,
fake.
it was 60. It
was
was,
like
a
30
30 card.
gigs.
It was a fake card.
He bought a freaking.
I was like, it doesn't work.
He bought a counterfeit.
I got a 512
Chinese
gig
shit.
card
I
trying to
felt
get
There's
that
only
cheap shit.
60
I was
gigs
like,
of
yo,
memory on
man.
it.
for
Yeah,
$20 probably.
it was something like that. It was like, yo, they got it
Like,
on
what
sale.
company is that?
This is
I
all
mean,
good.
$20 ain't bad.
It wasn't branded. It wasn't branded.
No,
just
it was
said-
not branded.
Bro,
Branded.
that I can't believe you got fooled by the
See?
dumbest.
Bizarre knows.
Market.
Terabyte card will burn out.
It's
Yeah,
still
watch
going
it.
strong, man. Still going
Watch
strong.
all
Yeah,
his
for a
games.
minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they could go
All
up
his
in flames.
games. You better
Switch
back
is
it up.
not going
It's
fire.
SanDisk, man. Sand. They know what they're doing.
Well, it's always there.
You better back up your saves. That's all I'm saying.
True.
I got cloud saves.
Cloud saves. Dude.
Cloud saves.
Oh, you do have cloud? Okay.
Yep.
Too bad you can't beat the game clouds in.
Too bad it's not.
He said that shit, man. Angry.
Wow.
I got. It's
You
not
can't
my
beat the
fault.
game
This-
clouds in.
Wow. Getting after him.
Beat that game already.
Nah, I-
Finish it. Kept angry people with the games he's
Finish it.
playing.
Yeah.
Wow, this whole podcast.
World of Bizarre, you gotta tell us how
Oh,
the new
man.
Pokemon is. I don't play those games.
Motherfucker, you ain't gonna get it anyway.
We're not gonna
I want
play
to
it.
hear how good the new.
None of us are gonna play Pokemon.
A lot of people
None of
love
us
it.
play it.
None of us are gonna get it. We
It's
don't
been
fuck
doing
with Pokemon.
well.
That's
Right.
that's
I
not
heard
our
it's
that's
the
not our
best
thing.
Pokemon game since Pokemon Go.
And you want to play it?
Man.
No one cares about Pokemon Go.
I would
I
I would
wish-
have a heart attack if you played it. Kev.
I wish like I was still like, yo, love Pokemon. You know what I mean?
I love
you play
kill-
it?
I love killing
You
them.
played it before? I never even played it.
The only Pokemon game I played was
Never played.
Pokemon Red
Okay.
for Game Boy.
I never played
Okay.
any of them because I don't know nothing about it.
'Cause
Nah,
I was
don't know
on
that.
that.
If
So
you
people
like
go hard on
Pokemon, they go no. People go hard in those.
It's like a
games,
card
man.
game.
And
They
it
go
was-
in like stats.
They love it.
You
ridiculous.
thought I was bad with Dragon Ball Kakarot?
You
People
are.
wouldn't. They love Pokemon. This
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Pokemon game.
Pokemon. Who's
What
trying
game
to,
is that?
Are you trying to Pokemon?
Is that on
Kev,
PC?
Is that something different?
That's on
Dude?
Steam?
Yeah,
What is that?
You got to calm
Try to
yourself over there.
Pokemon.
You trying to
Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Leisure Suit Larry Pokemon. Huh? What kind of game is that?
What are you trying to do with the Pokemon?
Oh,
Wow.
Said that like a grandpa.
so,
Pokemon.
so back on track here. Back on track,
I completely
guys.
forgot we
Yeah,
were doing
I'm
the
talking about the games I played.
Go for it.
Damn.
All right. So the last game I played and beat was Record of Lotus War.
Yes.
D-Lit and Wonder Labyrinth. The game is amazing. Probably my favorite indie game. And it's in the top 5. It's like in the top 5 of favorite indie games of all time that I played.
I was almost gonna get it. It's $15 on Steam.
And you don't have to because I just found out it's on Game Pass.
Is it on Game Pass? Wow.
I was so mad when I saw that. I just discovered it today. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
Well, I guess I'll be playing it on Game Pass.
There you go.
Gotta get my money's worth. Man.
Yeah, no, but it's an awesome game wherever you play it. Preferably
It
on
looks
Game
beautiful.
Pass. No, it's
I'm getting that soon.
the only thing I could say with criticizing it would be the music wasn't memorable like another Castlevanias. It wasn't. It's not that it's bad. It just wasn't. It didn't captivate me like all the
I'll
other.
pass. I'll play it later.
But everything else, action, freaking like they did a better job with the battle system and the action in this game than any other Castlevania. Like they
But when was the
perfected it.
last Castlevania? Like 20 years ago?
Well, yeah.
Like an
like 10
actual
years ago.
Castlevania game is probably
Bloodstained,
like...
man.
yeah,
Bloodstained.
that's true, Bloodstained.
Bloodstained.
No, but as far as like the mechanics wise, like they added the bow and arrow and stuff, like that was done like that's
Wow.
a welcomed addition to that type of game play, and it works. And they give you like what is it, these spirits? You get a wind spirit and a fire spirit.
What
that you
about
can-
Heart?
That you alternate. You press the triggers and you alternate it. So, like for example, some enemies that attack you with fire, you can guard it by pressing the. Thanks for the sound effect.
No, he's trying to summon Captain Planet.
Yeah, like so,
Bring
like
these up.
that.
So you can alternate it like on the fly with the L and R, and it's freaking awesome, man. It's well done, man.
I've
So-
heard nothing but good things about that game.
So would you like them to make the next Castlevania? Like Symphony of Night sequel?
Yes.
Or remake. They remake it that style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does.
I mean, it is that
it
style.
looks similar to the old one.
It's done in
It's
the
not
same.
No, I mean
Hi,
like
man.
the graphical style.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's
still
actually
pretty close.
identical. Like if you're seeing like a side by side comparison, I forgot what channel.
You're not gonna
it
notice
was
the
on YouTube.
difference till it's super high res.
Yeah.
Those sprites.
But I'd love to see it like
Guilty Gear.
yeah, like a Guilty Gear, like high animated. Like,
That would never be done. That'd be like Final Fantasy Remake. It'll take 10 years to make.
Nah, it'll be
Yeah,
like
Gears,
Sundered.
amazing.
Actually, is it like 15 years now? I don't know.
It'll be like Sundered.
Thunder what? It'll never get played.
oh, dude,
We'll play it next year.
It's like a 4-player Metroid.
only what 3 years we've had it?
I've had that too.
I've had it for a long
2
time.
years? 3 years?
I played an hour and a half of that game.
How you
It
like
was good.
like 2 years ago.
It was good.
It's Metroid before play.
And occasionally get into a little when I go through my catalog of games and I go by it, I'm like, I feel so guilty, and I play it for like 20 minutes to feel better.
Well, if you play it one player, you can play it one player.
Just to make the guild.
I just feel guilty
like,
about it, dude. I'm like, damn, man, this is a good game, and no one else will play it with me.
Oh man,
Well,
But,
but, we can play 2 players.
Record of Lotus War is a dope game. Highly recommended for anybody out there who's even curious about the game. Try it out.
It's out.
It's one of those you pick up and I beat it in 2 sittings, like literally. Like I played for like 5-6 hours, in my first sit down playing a game, and I couldn't put the controller.
And
down.
that's rare because games
Yeah.
usually take 50 hours.
And that's a welcomed thing for me, man.
Yeah,
The
seriously.
backlog is crazy, and if I can beat a game in 10 hours,
That's
awesome.
right.
8 to 10 hours, awesome. Shit, even 6 hours, that's a win for me. But that's it. That's all. I got.
Cool.
What else? What you got?
I don't have much. I played Death's Gambit a little bit further today. Beat like 4 bosses. That guy's still alive, man. He didn't die. The shopkeeper that sells you that thing that messed up my entire game, he's still alive.
Okay.
He's not dead yet.
Yet.
Did you buy that thing yet?
He's not selling it yet because it's still early in the game. I think
Oh.
after I get a certain thing, he's gonna start to sell it for like
Getting
1,000.
murdered.
And then he'll die. No, but I mean, so far so good. Killing a couple bosses, trying to make sure I do everything in the right order. But music's dope in the game. I enjoy it. I just don't want it to fuck up again because I'll be very upset. I'll give it the Ash of Gods treatment and be like, I'm done with you. But yeah, no, so far so good. I don't know if I mentioned it Saturday. I forgot what I spoke about on Saturday, but Cloud is in the 9 mils.
Yeah, you did talk
Okay.
about that.
But I'm going to let y'all know again.
Nobody cares.
Cloud is in the 9 mils.
That's okay.
He's getting close to elite status.
That's amazing.
So that means everyone's going to see a little figurine of Sephiroth and
In the
Cloud
garbage.
in the
All
back
right.
over here, and the front over here, the
Let's see it in the garbage.
What are you buying? You ain't buying no Sephiroth.
He's not out yet. He's not out yet. I think he's gonna be out maybe March. They're talking about.
You need a cardboard cutout.
Could you imagine? That'd be so ghetto.
To replace it.
It's just sitting there.
Just put a picture of him.
So ghetto. I
Cloud
gotta
nine.
I gotta plan out my remainder of beating Fury. Should I do that in the backlog break or should I do that like recorded? What do you guys think?
Backlog.
Backlog break.
yeah.
Just finish it off.
Three bosses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is like
An
it's
hour.
not gonna be as quick as you think.
Like an hour.
6 hours.
Do you know what's
Well, the
bad?
faster you get back to it, the better it is. though.
No, it is because I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I was in such a rhythm, but I'm like, the longer it goes without me playing it again, I'm be rusty as shit playing that game. So I gotta get that done as soon as possible because I'm not gonna do a poll for the next backlog break of what I'm gonna play. I already made a decision of what I'm gonna play, and it's Dead Space. I'm going
shit!
right
Finally,
I'm going right into Dead Space right after this.
finally.
And I'm gonna have the lights out, and I'm just gonna have the headphones with
Oh,
the
shit.
spotlight on my face.
Oh shit!
And I'm going all in.
You need to have a red light.
And I'm nervous as shit because
Oh, dude,
those creatures make me so fucking uncomfortable.
Yo, but
like
you have to-
legit, they make me uncomfortable.
You
I
have to
don't-
play it
Seems like-
before the reboot comes out.
That's exactly why I want to play it.
That's perfect.
why I
No,
wanna
that's
play
a
it.
perfect game to play.
It's nightmare fuel.
It's an awesome game, dude.
Those creatures,
I love them.
dude.
Nightmare fuel.
I
You
don't
guys
like
out
shit
there will
like that.
enjoy it.
Oh no, everyone will laugh their ass off because I'm gonna scream like a bitch. Hell yeah, I will definitely scream like a bitch.
I got through it. It was.
Oh,
I
so
was screaming like a bitch in Fury, and that's not even a horror game.
They do a really good job building tension in that game, man. Like where you're just like, oh my god, dude.
But I feel like I missed out because I did not play it, and that everyone regards it as a great series, and I'm like, I feel like I like horror shit.
it's very
Third
Resident
person.
Evil-ish.
It's
Without
very-
Like
the
I like
puzzles
Evil
aren't like that
Within.
crazy.
I like Last of Us. I like Evil Within. You know, so I'm like, let me go back. And it's not like, oh, I'm going so far back the graphics are bad. Like,
No,
it's
it looks
like,
amazing.
Nah,
That's
it still
fucking
looks good.
beautiful.
I saw a what was it, like this thing on YouTube? It was like the making of, and they interviewed the head designer of Dead Space, and his whole motivation for making the game, he's like, I want to make the scariest fucking game. Exact words.
Well, look at the creatures.
I want to make the scariest game ever, and he like they did everything like all the right moves
They need ghosts.
to do that in the game.
Ghosts.
They do the perfect
Ghost.
the perfect way to switch your attention on certain things perfectly.
See, that's the thing. Ghosts aren't.
Oh.
I mean, they're like creepy.
I'm terrified of
if
ghosts.
if they pop out, yeah,
Yeah.
but like that doesn't get me nervous. Like Resident Evil, yeah, zombies are terrifying,
Right.
but they don't. The creatures in Dead Space,
Nah.
I don't like lickers in Resident Evil. I don't like those things.
Well, things that chase me.
The ones like
and I can't stop
That's
them.
enough.
I don't like that.
Yeah, when,
That
you, hear them, when
noise?
you hear them just hear them tapping.
yeah,
and
and
you can't see them.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't
and then
like
you,
that.
Then you run by a door, and then all of a sudden, oh, you're getting hit. Oh, and you can't even see it because your flashlight's not
I
on.
remember.
I don't
some,
like that
I
shit.
remember some foul jump scares in that game.
Nah, son,
a
I'm good.
bunch of them. A bunch of them that caught me
good.
bad, like
Going
off
through-
guard.
I
What
played-
about Dino Crisis 3 though in space with
Oh god,
dinosaurs
that was a
in space?
terrible game, man.
That's the scariest thing in space.
With
Dinosaurs?
lasers.
I can't even take myself serious.
Wait, is that a thing?
Dino
it's
Crisis
a
3
thing.
was
But
great.
Dino Crisis
And it was in space.
space.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's why I
yeah.
failed miserably.
Oh, dude.
And that's why you haven't seen another Dino
Yeah. That
Crisis.
was god awful.
Dead Space. Dinos in
In
space.
wow, I have nothing to say to that.
It killed the series.
Sounds like the plot of a Power Rangers series.
Or Ninja Turtles. You remember they went in space
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Yeah, those little air things. They would
with
breathe out.
the
Oh yeah.
like a straw.
looked like a white line.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
I
bad
remember.
design.
I don't know what it was. I was like, what's hanging from the pause? But but yeah, that's all I've been playing. Just those two games. Hopefully, I can get Fury done by next week, so I can move on to getting the shit scared out of me.
There you go.
You enjoy that, sir.
I will. I'm
We
telling
doing it, we
you,
doing it.
I'm running through these games, man.
I'm
Fury.
gonna be there watching.
People were doubting me in Fury, man. I'm gonna run through Fury, man.
I ain't doubting you.
No, we
Don't
didn't
get it
doubt you.
done.
We just know there was some pain. That's all.
Dude, it's the third boss. He's a piece of shit. He is a piece of shit. Kevin didn't even get past that.
No,
one
I
did.
get past
You
No
that.
would have thought that was White Tyson.
No, actually, you know why you thought you haven't beaten him? Because you haven't played on the actual Nintendo. The
No,
timing
I
is
told
different.
you the timing is a little different, man. The emulator that the Wii U used wasn't that great, so I'm gonna beat White Tyson in the backlog break soon.
Speaking of backlog break, I'm gonna pre-record my backlog break session with Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, because
Nice. People are looking forward to it.
I can't do that shit live. It's hard to read the
That-
chat and hard to read the game and pay attention to the chat. It takes you out of the moment. I
That
can't
should
really enjoy the
pre-record voices for it, so it's voice acted.
I'll do it for you. I'll do it. I'll voice act it for you.
voiceover.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only the old man parts.
That's horrible. Oh man, but yeah, no, look forward to that, man.
Path of
Coming
Radiance
soon.
and Radiant Dawn will overtake your favorite strategy role player all time.
Wow. Okay.
Guarantee.
I guarantee.
All right,
Okay, love the neck.
you know what we're ready for, right?
What are we ready for?
The nudes.
The news.
That was beautiful.
Mario World.
No, it wasn't. That bass was so unnecessary. Offbeat bass.
Kept saying
Offbeat bass. The offbeat bass every week. Like,
Double Dragon. It was Double Dragon.
no, it wasn't.
that
was not.
That was not Double Dragon.
Said double
It was
dragon.
whatever you thought it was.
That was double or nothing.
That was
Double or
gibberish.
nothing.
Leaning way towards nothing.
That was gibberish.
Could have been anything. All right. Sega quits Japanese arcade business after 50 years.
Oh god.
About time.
That's the end of an era.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of nostalgia involved with Sega and arcades, and
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Like that was Sega's bread and butter forever. Like most of the stuff that you've seen Sega make over the years
Arcades.
are from arcades.
Yeah, Space
All the
Harrier.
things that they don't make, every one of those things you say, oh, Sega doesn't make those games anymore because they don't care about arcades anymore.
Right.
Oh man, I remember it was like Sega Timeout. That's what it was. There
Was it
Namco.
Sega?
Sega
Yeah,
Timeout.
there was
yeah.
Namco Timeout and
Really?
Sega
Yes.
Timeout.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! I didn't know it was Sega Timeout.
Yeah, those are the only ones around here. But it kind of hurts, especially in Japan,
Yeah.
because the arcade scene in there was still semi-thriving. I mean, they had some pretty big buildings with arcades in it, and it kind of was like, there's something like in Vegas and stuff like that. But it reminded me of something like that.
Akihabara.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a lot of the machines that I saw when I used to go to arcades in Vegas were tons of them were Sega games.
Yeah.
Tons.
Yeah.
Tons. It was stupid.
Yeah. Crazy Taxi.
Oh
Well,
god, that was
yeah.
great.
Since they couldn't put 3D Sonic in the arcades, they said forget it. That's all we're thinking about right now.
I feel like I saw a Sonic Fighters arcade
Probably.
cabinet.
Probably.
That was a
Probably.
thing, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was a thing.
It wasn't a good thing. But
No,
it was a thing.
That was a thing.
Yeah, just like Virtua Fighter Kids, not a good thing.
Space Harrier, man.
Well, that's not a fighting game.
I'm saying.
It depends on how you look at it.
what was the,
Hell,
what was the
man.
sequel?
Fighting aliens.
What was the sequel to that? That was Planet Harriers.
Oh, the third one,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
2-player one.
Yeah.
Planet Harriers.
Never played it.
Never played it.
Never played it.
You're like a nurse.
That was a nurse
Like a nurse,
with
nurse
a
there.
with a
Hello,
needle.
else.
Hello,
There was a nurse with a
nurse.
needle shooting out. Whatever it was.
That's bad.
Yeah, man. Well, they said they signaled to move back in 2020, which was, was that before? That was before COVID. That was like the start of it, I would say.
COVID
So
was
they
like
already had it.
2020 in March.
Yeah,
Early-
so it was like
late
halfway
February.
through.
And
there.
everything started locking down.
Yep.
Well, they already had it as a kind of a plan to step back away from the arcade business, and then with everything happening that year, it's very much easy to assume that was a big factor
Oh yeah.
in them leaving the industry on that. They shifted 85% of its arcade shares to Genda, which is another company. So I'm gonna miss the Sega logo though. Even if they keep the arcades there, without Sega on there, it hurts.
I think people have more
a
nostalgia
Sega
with
lover.
Sega than anything, regardless of what they like nowadays.
No love for Genda,
I don't know. What depends what your agenda is.
the agenda.
Dear God. I need the sound effects back, damn it. Son of a bitch.
Well,
guys
it's
are
not.
killing
It's not just Sega that left either, because Namco Funscape in London finally closed its doors after 25 years, and other Namco things did. But in Japan, there's still some Namco. But yeah, it's probably not going to be too good.
Well, what if they plan on doing obviously they're closing this shit. But what if they revamp it into like a virtual arcade type of thing, like a streaming service?
I mean, Yeah,
I don't
it's
want
not-
it to happen.
it's
Too
not
much
the
effort for
same.
Sega. Too much effort for Sega.
I mean, listen, it hasn't been the same in an arcade for
Obviously.
at least 30 years. like
Obviously.
when you used to walk in, have lines of people,
Yeah.
cigarettes, quarters lined up. like
Cigarettes,
you remember?
man,
That just shows you
that
how
was
long
my-
ago it
I
was.
know.
That was my
Cigarettes
favorite
and
part,
quarters.
son.
Asking people to just leave the house nowadays.
That was
Yeah.
my favorite
That's
part.
a tall order.
When you used to put your quarter down and then you got up and nobody else got a turn except for the other player. You know what I'm saying?
the
'Cause you were
etiquette, man.
Crushing
Somebody
souls.
will steal your quarter,
Arcade etiquette,
make a
man.
run
Put the
for
quarter
it.
up, someone grab it.
Like, oh, thanks, man. I'm going to continue now.
But I mean, those days are long gone. So the fact that they don't have it anymore isn't really hurting that much because you really couldn't have that experience the same way. So if they did make it a virtual reality experience and had like, okay, you walked into a virtual arcade and so virtual people, I mean, I guess it's not gonna be the same, but I mean, it'll be different.
Virtual arcade.
But question:
The
were
metaverse.
did these arcades have were they like barcades or were they strictly arcades? Because I feel like barcades are still like thriving
Strictly
right now.
arcades.
Well, considering they don't drink like that in Japan, I think they were just regular arcades.
That's true, man. That's true.
They're not getting tore down.
Yep.
Not there.
Come on.
Karaoke bar. That's different.
Word.
I love
But
that
not at the
karaoke.
arcade. There's like horse racing games and stuff. Like they had different types of stuff there. Last I went, but that was a long time ago too.
Yeah, arcades are more of a like a.
There's a
just
skee
let me
ball.
throw it in the bar.
But
in
they
the
have light
basement,
gun.
right near the pool table or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's
That's how.
what it's
Yeah.
more.
It
And
of.
then they
can't
have-
just be just about the arcades anymore.
Well, it's racing games, fighting games, shooting games.
I thought you
Yeah, I
said
mean, like-
racist game.
Racist.
Racist games.
Racist games.
Nah, but places like Dave and Buster's and like Barcade
Yeah.
in Manhattan, those places are
Arcades
they
are
combine
awesome.
both like food and drink.
It's a
with
theme, yeah.
The arcade.
Or,
so-
or Nathan's with an arcade in the back. You get the hot dog and nachos, and you go out to party arcades in the back.
Yeah,
You'll
I mean,
see
yeah.
a Simpsons. You'll see like
The usual.
a Turtles.
The usual suspects.
if anything, beat them up. That's it.
Yeah.
You won't
Maybe
even
a
see
Street
your final
Fighter.
fight. You won't even see it. You'll see Street Fighter. A certain.
But the
Street
Hot
Fighter.
Fire, dude, the Hot Fire arcade shit that was at Barcade is that Pac-Man battle shit. That's where it's at, man. That
Yeah,
Pac-Man
yeah.
battle, man. People be
Hmm.
sleeping
Oh,
on
yeah.
that. That's where it's at. Or if you're on a date, you want to whoop your date's ass, and they all got types of shit that you could play with your date.
yeah, I did that.
Really?
Yeah, and that didn't get a second date.
Did you whoop that ass? You didn't whoop her ass?
No, I whooped her ass.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Well, fuck it then. She ain't getting no win.
You can't take a loss.
It was a fighting game, bro.
That's it. It's
I
like,
was like a lose.
fuck up out of here. You don't get your
Crazy?
ass whooped. You get your ass,
Perfect.
fuck up out of here.
Wow.
It's okay though. She really won. She's engaged now,
Yeah.
so she's winning.
No, not really.
Yo.
Damn.
You took the L.
She may be engaged, but she still lost in Street Fighter.
Damn.
Exactly.
That's in the wedding card.
Yeah, that'd be the shit. You still got that ass whooped. Fuck you.
Don't took the L.
Harris says Western style arcades actually get raided by the police in Japan because it's shady as hell.
Damn.
Wow.
Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Yakuza there.
Yakuza, man.
Playing in
You don't
suits.
wanna mess
They're like, yo, don't mess with me, man. Don't mess with me. I'm racing this horse. He got real money on the table.
That's
But
messed up.
I mean, yeah, it's a sad. I would shed a tear for the loss of the Sega arcade
Man, it
business.
sucks.
I wish that something like that. I mean, I wish it would come back, but it's not. It's not going to come
I
back.
shed a tear for anything Sega nowadays.
So
I always shed a tear.
Well,
for
on the
Sega.
bright side, we don't have to worry about like there being an arcade game that never makes it to the home system.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
They should
yeah.
make this like
True.
freaking Golden Axe, Death Ara's Revenge.
Oh, it hurts.
Arcade exclusive. It's like, okay, at least we don't have to feel that pain
The
again.
game is so good.
you said the barcades aren't shady, the police are.
Also not surprising.
All right.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, who out there remembers the arcades? Leave it in the comments. Let us know your experiences, and are you mad that Sega's not in the game anymore for arcades at least? It's leaves you worried, man. They might be gone. Who knows?
sucks.
Who knows,
They
man?
might be bought.
That was the reason they were still around, man. So we'll see. We'll see if this Sonic game does the trick.
I hope it does good. I really do.
Oh,
Oh, what's this?
We're gonna find out. Resident Evil 4 HD Remaster mod launches next week. No, today. And there's a new trailer today. The article was from last week, but today is when it dropped,
all right.
and today is when I downloaded it. So I'm one of the only few. I'm like the only person who hasn't played Resident Evil 4, right? Have you played it?
Leave.
I played some of it.
You played some of it. Okay.
Yeah.
So at least I'm not the only one who hasn't. I haven't played it at all.
You should be ashamed of
Oh
yourself.
my
Wii
god.
version is definitive edition.
Who cares about the Wii
You
version?
should be ashamed of
Come on, you can
yourself.
aim.
But
You can aim
all
it
right,
up.
so listen, right?
You're
I
not allowed to
have.
talk about this article.
But they're still,
Wow. You're not qualified. You're not
You're
qualified.
not qualified.
yeah, but they're still not putting any respect on Code Veronica's name though.
Zero.
No, they are actually
No,
working on. No,
no,
the fans are working on it.
Right.
That's the next one.
Fans got us. The fans
That's
got
the
us.
next. That's
Oh,
the
they're
next.
about to
People
get
would-
canceled.
So is
and
Capcom
kidnapped.
getting lazy again?
That's the next
Capcom
article.
should be like,
That's the
nah.
next article on Resident
Capcom
Evil.
acting
yeah.
like Sega. We got these IPs. We ain't using them.
They're like,
Crapcom.
Well, basically, this is a mod that takes all of the textures in the game and raises the resolution on them. It's like a remaster of the entire game, and it took them. Let me see. The modders took a consecutive 12,000 hours to do the mod, and they said over 7 years, and to about just over $15,000.
And how many people are working on this?
It doesn't say exactly how many
Just him.
people.
Just
Just
him.
no,
If
it's
it's
not
just one
just it's not
person,
just one person, but it doesn't say many people.
Oh my
But
God.
they got all the 3D modeling done, and it looks pretty damn good for a home build project. Like,
Looks amazing.
yeah, a homebrew project. It looks ridiculous. And I was wondering, I was like, how are they getting away with it? Because usually Capcom or these companies will be like, oh nah, hell no,
Cease
because
and
we are
desist.
actually working on a remake of this game. So there's no way in hell we're gonna let you bring this out, especially for free.
No, they're not.
So
I'm
I was
sorry.
like, but no, I'm saying when,
I'm joking,
when
I'm
I
joking.
downloaded it, I was like, all right, so what am I downloading? So it's just the mod kit for the game. So you have to buy the game from Steam, and then you put the hack to the game.
That's smart.
So it modifies the graphics that
It's-
way. So
it's
they're not really playing with anything licensed,
That's
Oh, okay.
smart.
That's
at
brilliant.
least so far. Like that's the reason why it's out today.
Wow.
So I checked it. I was like, all right. And I went to Steam, and Resident Evil 4 is $5. So I was like, all right, guess I'm buying Resident Evil 4. So it's helping Capcom in the long run, I would think. Maybe. Hopefully the remake that they're making looks that much different.
I don't
so
know
you
if
have to get it.
I don't know if
advertising,
I'm one of the only people who feel this way, but I'm just so tired of Resident Evil 4. I'm tired of. I played it years ago. It's amazing. It's an incredible Resident Evil. I'm tired of these. It just keep coming back out.
Well, it's been for everything.
Let's fix this. Let's do that. It's like it's such a dope game. It's fine. It's just
I have it on
let's
the
move
Switch.
on.
I have it on the Switch.
You know what
I
the
have it
funny
on
thing
the
is?
360.
Yeah,
I
I
have it
feel
on
like it's
the
like Street
PlayStation
Fighter.
4.
I feel like
On
it's Street Fighter 2. You know,
Right.
like
Right,
just
right.
Street Fighter 2 just keep being hoarded out. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm done with it, man. I beat it. It's awesome. It's a great Resident Evil. It's a really do not get my comments wrong. It's an incredible Resident Evil.
But would now be a good time for somebody who hasn't played it to try it, since it's not old.
I always say that anyone who hasn't played it should play it, regardless if this is out or not. They should still play it.
But this is a good reason to jump on board.
If they want to, if graphics and textures are a big deal to them, then do it. Yeah,
so the
sure.
trailer
Yeah.
looks
good.
very good.
But nothing that's gonna be having me like. It's like really like it's nice. It looks nicer, but like
But should I wait for Capcom or should I play the original? Like this,
Play the original, man.
I should play this one before that.
Play the original.
I think that to be honest, it
No, I
doesn't.
would-
It doesn't even matter at this
doesn't
point.
matter, no.
At this point,
I
doesn't
would
matter.
original, 'cause it's not
if
gonna
I
matter.
never
It doesn't
played
matter.
Resident Evil 4 and someone was making mods and stuff and HD graphics, play it HD. Play it in the best possible version that you could play it.
If it's available to
Granted,
you, yeah.
that the gameplay is going to be as good as the graphic upgrade.
Yeah.
You know, then I would.
But I'm saying that gives me a reason though, a
Right.
reason enough to go try it out
if you want to.
if I haven't done
But
it
it's
yet.
a 40-hour game though, man.
Nah,
No, I
was
know.
like,
I saw it.
it
Listen,
is a-
it's not like I haven't seen the game. I
Yeah.
saw the game. I said, "Oh, that's a good part to end this on." Oh, there's 20 more hours.
No, it's
Oh
yeah, it's
wow,
a
wow.
lot.
And the funny
Wow.
thing is, it's not as long as it I played it too long. Like I think it
Well, it
full
dragged.
game.
When I was watching, I was
But,
like,
like,
"Dude, this is a long."
They're
game.
like it's supposed to be like a 20-something hour game.
It's
Not 40. No, people beat it in 20 hours. Like it's,
Right,
it's
right.
not in speed runs.
I
Like, it's
wouldn't.
like, but
You
it's
know,
just,
I'm not. It's gonna be a 90-hour game.
Jay's
when I
gonna
play.
say, "I'm lost again. I'm lost again.
Just
I
go
can't
straight.
beat this boss."
Nah, listen, that's a
just can't
linear.
beat this
It's a
boss.
linear game. Damn it. It's not
Oh,
like
no,
a,
it's
you
a
can walk
long-
around. It's long.
a
Resident Evil 4 was on the
long-
iPhone 3GS.
Yo, it's on everything.
It is on everything.
I'm beyond done.
Metal
with
Gear
Resident
Solid
Evil
4 was on the iOS. It was on the iPhone. What?
Dude,
Ew.
Resident Evil 4, they just did the VR. And now
Yeah,
this
that's right.
shit- It's like I'm tired of 4.
It's not done. It's not
I'm
done.
so tired of 4. You have no idea.
why
And are
don't
they still doing the remake?
Yes.
I'm tired of 4.
Remake 5.
Code Veronica, damn it.
Nobody's making 5.
Code
They
Veronica.
don't.
Dude.
They don't know about
Dude,
5.
we're gonna. You know what? Me and Turbo are gonna go back. I thought this the other day. Me and Turbo are gonna go back to Resident Evil 5 and put that in the channel. We're gonna go back and play co-op.
I think
Yo,
about
it's a dope
Resident
game.
Evil
That's
5.
definitely one of my favorites.
It's a dope game.
It's an awesome game.
Like, because of the co-op element, 5 is my favorite. But
I got it for the
but
Switch.
eliminate the co-op. Veronica or Resident Evil 2 remake. But going back to 4, I'm tired of it.
Well, I mean, listen.
Tired of it.
Resident Evil 4 is on everything, but it's an old game
It's
now.
on everything.
It's on the NES.
It came out for PS3.
A demake.
Right?
They made a
Originally it was
demake.
PS3.
I got it
right?
on Game Boy.
Originally PS3, right? Or PS2.
What?
4.
4 is originally PS2,
PS2?
GameCube
PS2.
era.
GameCube era, because that's what we got it for. Was
Oh,
GameCube. Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
speaking
Yeah,
of
it's
which,
ancient.
If it can go for the Wii, then yeah, that's PS2.
you
era.
said NES, but in reality, there's a modder that does.
They do demakes. Yeah, they
he
do
does
demakes.
an 8-bit freaking remake of all these like 3D games.
It
Like
doesn't
God
matter.
God of War. in
Oh yeah,
2D.
yeah, it did. Got it.
Well, they had a Resident Evil on Game Boy Color.
I saw a PlayStation. I saw what the fuck was it? A Silent Hill demake. No, not Silent Hill. I'm sorry. It was I think one of the Resident Evils. I think they did a demake, and it was on the PS1 style.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was fucking.
They
gross.
do it all the time.
No, Last of Us. They did the Last of Us demake. Oh, that was fucking vomit worth.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm going to be playing a demake tomorrow on
really?
my show. Yeah, I'm playing Bloodborne. So I already got it queued up. And they see it in the chat. Yeah, I know. It's coming up tomorrow. Don't worry about it. But as far as this news, so how many people, like Resident Evil 4 is old now. How many people have actually played it? And does this like get your interest up if you haven't played it to try it out now? Or are you going to wait for Capcom to come out with their real remaster or their remake? So let us know in the comments.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, this was the big news of the week
This
right here.
looks like the Bungie.
Thanks to Emerald Wizard.
Shout
He's the one that actually
out to Emerald.
Shout out to
he posted this news article in our Discord.
I'm sure we would have found out though.
Oh no, we
pretty big.
definitely
It's pretty big
found
news.
out.
Emerald Wizard.
I told him I was going to give him
But
credit.
shout out to
Wherever
Emerald.
you may lie.
All right,
rest
stop it.
All right, we got to do the intro. Got to read the intro.
All right. Sony bought Bungie for $3.6 billion.
Sony bought Bungie.
What's so funny, guys? I don't get it.
Oh man,
I don't
it's
get
it's an Insane Clown Posse quote from one of their songs. Yeah, look it up.
Oh boy.
It's called what Axe, whatever the hell it is.
Axe, yeah, something about had to do with Axe. I know
But
it's
yeah,
not-
so this wasn't.
Definitely not.
So this is big news for Sony. It's not in retaliation to what Microsoft did with buying Activision, because this was in place for a couple of months, at least 6 months to a year before that. I'm sure they probably heard whisperings of Microsoft buying Activision that they didn't tell us. So obviously these companies are working behind the scenes, and they probably know about it. But I mean, what was it? It was 67 point, like it was like 68 billion for
Yeah, it
Activision.
was
Seeing 3.6 billion is like, how is $1 billion not a lot of money to anything now? It's like, oh, it's
It
just
ain't nothing, man.
Inflation.
it's just 3.6 billion. That's all. That's all they spent. But what's funny is that Bungie is the company that made Halo for Microsoft, the original.
Yep.
And that was the company that was their breadwinner for their major title. And because Microsoft didn't want to change Halo, because obviously they don't want to risk it with that. They know what sells. And Bungie wanted to make Destiny, or Halo into Destiny, which was a massive multiplayer online only type game where it lives and breathes online. And they've been pretty successful with Destiny. It was a little rough at times, but it's successful. They're making money off of it. It's not going anywhere. Now, when Sony bought this, they said that, don't worry, we're not getting rid of Destiny. It's not going to be a Sony only thing. It's going to be on every system. But basically, they didn't buy Bungie just for Destiny for $3.6 billion. They bought it because they have other plans, other games, and they want to get into Sony is known for making games one player, single player story mode, story based games. So the massive multiplayer type game, they like to jump back in, and they need somebody who has experience doing so. And there's no better company than Bungie, unless you're dealing with a PC company or something like that. But on the home consoles, Bungie pretty much knows what they're doing, and they have the group to do it with. So if Sony was to say make a SOCOM, because without Call of Duty and stuff later, they're gonna need another war game or something like that. And if they want to build something like a living, breathing online game, and they have SOCOM, they could possibly tell Bungie to make or get a team to work on something like that.
I have an idea.
But
something
that's
like that.
pretty. I mean, and they have Siphon Filter and stuff like that. But that's still a single player.
No, they have the perfect multiplayer game, which has never been multiplayer.
Resistance. They have
No,
too.
not even.
Actually, do they? No, that's
No, Twisted Metal.
no.
That's
Something else is something.
Twisted Metal would be perfect for an online, like something like that, with like a mass playing with other people online.
Yeah.
I played Twisted Metal. What was it on the PSP?
So it makes sense. It's an arena-based game. And
Well,
arenas
yeah,
are huge
it's
right
a battle game, but with cars or whatever that you can shoot and stuff. And I remember playing with a bunch of coworkers. We all had our PSP, and I did a six person battle in an arena.
Twisted
And
Metal was big.
So imagine playing it online with like hundreds of
60,
people.
64
Yeah, man.
players.
That would be crazy. That would be awesome.
Imagine.
But I mean, yeah, it's something like an option they can do.
Right.
They originally were going to get the team that did what's that game that was free on PlayStation 5? It was a Destruction Derby type, or was it a dodgeball? It wasn't dodgeball. It was a Destruction Derby game where you can hop off the cars.
I know what you're talking about. That was
Oh yes,
They were-
what are you talking
something.
about? I forgot the name
The
though.
same here.
Chat, help me out. What
It was some new shit, right?
It looked
Yeah, it
like
was new.
Yeah, but how did it do?
Didn't catch the audience that they wanted it to, but they were originally going to go for that group of people to do a Twisted Metal, but recently they said no, they're not going to do it that way. So maybe they have an idea of where they want to go with something like
Twisted
that.
Metal would be awesome.
Destruction All Stars 2.
Yeah, that's it.
that's
Yep.
Or Destruction All Stars
Look like
1.
American Gladiators.
But yeah, they are not making a Twisted Metal. But I mean, like I said, they bought
They
it.
should.
They bought Bungie for movie rights to certain things. So you know how Halo's coming out with their TV show on Paramount
Right.
Plus. Bungie can come out with a Destiny movie, a Destiny TV show. They have
Sony Pictures, man.
a lot of stuff, and Sony Pictures, yes. But they have a lot of dealings with that. So don't be surprised if they come out with all this other merchandisable stuff for Destiny. And I'm just curious as to what they're going to use it for. But that type of game building, that $3.6 billion is absolutely nothing for buying that. And it's crazy that they bought Insomniac for just under 300 mil. That's crazy. Insomniac.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
They
That was a
undersold
good buy.
themselves. They
Yeah,
undersold
it
themselves.
was. And that was considered like a lot back then.
I think Nintendo bought Retro Studios for like $3 million. It was
Well, yeah, companies, none of these companies were dealing in the billions. This is just like, none of those companies are going to sell for billions.
I'm hearing Sony's got plans for more.
Yeah, they said they
They said they got plans.
They said it's
they're
not
thinking
over.
about it.
Can someone please just take Konami?
Is it gonna be like
Please?
Shit.
Can somebody buy Capcom and tell them to start
Somebody-
every week
counting
for
past
uh,
5?
They need to buy Sega.
one of the-
Capcom's not in
somebody
trouble.
needs to buy
Capcom's not in trouble.
I think
they're gonna
Capcom's
be
good.
One
I
of
think,
the
I
Probably
think,
are. I just
Sega.
want-
What'd you say?
One of the big three is probably gonna buy. Every week they're gonna be buying a new studio.
No, no, that.
Oh,
no, that.
damn.
First of all, Nintendo's not buying any studio that we've heard of.
I think Nintendo's chilling.
They're buying stuff that we've never heard of.
Do you guys think, even though we're not talking about, but do you guys think Sega is going to be bought by anyone?
No.
Yeah, eventually.
No.
I think eventually someone's gonna take
It
it.
has to be.
You say a no, a yes? You say it has to be?
I
I
think
feel
so.
like
I think
somebody
eventually.
has to buy it because,
Well, none of them. Microsoft's not buying any of them because they're not selling to an American company.
What are they
Of
doing?
course.
It's either going to be Sony or no one.
Right.
Unless Nintendo's like, oh, might as well take Sega.
I don't know why. I just have a feeling if they're going somewhere, they're going to Nintendo.
I don't think Nintendo's in the works for it. They're making so much money. They don't
well, I
get
mean,
it.
it makes more sense for Sega to go to Nintendo.
Yeah.
No, it does. It does, definitely.
It's way more sense.
That's why I'm saying
Capcom,
like that's the
Sega,
perfect
Sony-
that's the perfect link.
They'll have another mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're
But I
like
don't
friends
think they
and
care.
shit.
They don't care.
Yeah, World of
Nintendo
Bizarre.
doesn't
Nintendo
care.
might
No.
buy. See, the thing is, I think Sony and Microsoft are just gonna keep buying companies, and Nintendo will be like, we're not gonna do anything except we'll just bring Sega over,
Yeah,
and that
Sega's
makes more,
Japanese
and that makes
company.
more noise.
Well, they have.
Well,
You buy
we're
Sega,
probably
that
gonna
makes more noise.
we're probably gonna hear about companies that we don't really know of,
Yeah, a lot of them.
and they're gonna get devoured.
That's the only time you're gonna see someone pull the trigger on a Shining Force is Nintendo. They'll take Sega.
They'll do it.
and they're like, Fire Emblem selling, so Shining Force, let's get it going.
I would be happy about it.
Oh, Nintendo! If you buy Sega, make sure you make a Burning Ranger sequel. Thank you.
Nintendo's not making none of those. None of
make
them.
any of the
Burning
Sega
Ranger
games.
is fire.
They're
bro.
making Sonic.
Imagine
Literally.
Imagine
They're making
it looking
Sonic.
actually like looking good.
You know what? You know what? You know why?
Actually looking good.
But look,
Nah, but look, yo, you can't play that game right now.
No,
No,
you
it's okay.
cannot play that game
I
right
can't
now.
even look at it.
No.
But imagine it done in today's
Oh my god, it'd be
Oh, like
beautiful.
Sick.
the people that made the Resident Evil remake.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
The reason why Nintendo wouldn't buy Sega is because they already have Sonic in all their games. They don't need to buy him. He's in the Olympic game. He's in Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
They
but I'm
don't
sure they have
need
to pay
do
something
it.
to have him in the game.
To drop in the bucket.
Whatever.
For
So-
them.
That's nothing.
Why not just own them?
To drop in the bucket and be like, yo, here, take this chump change.
Exactly. Why not just own them?
Like
Because
Nintendo
any of
probably
these-
walks by saying like, "Yo, give me Sonic," and just like throws a check in their face.
Yeah.
Like, and it falls on the ground. They're like, "Yo, pick it up."
It doesn't.
Pick it up, put him in.
It always doesn't mean a good thing though, because Rare got bought out and everybody's like, "Ooh, Microsoft with Rare, that's gonna be amazing." And we saw what happened. Nothing. Nothing
But
good.
That's Microsoft.
And that could happen with all these other companies that are getting bought.
Exactly. So no, it doesn't mean that they can improve it. They have to know what they're doing with it. But the only company I want to see bought is Konami because they're not doing anything.
No, Konami sucks.
'Cause
They
they're
need
not
to be
doing
bought.
anything.
They need to be bought.
Nah, bro, they got Yu-Gi-Oh. They're good.
Word, man.
Yeah,
Yo, they got
are.
the
They are
mobile.
good.
They got the mobile games
Yeah.
They,
unlocked,
serious?
man.
they need to be purchased.
But
That's
people
the
want.
company that
You know what's
needs-
funny though? People are asking for Metal Gear, but the guy who made it isn't working on it.
Exactly.
So who cares?
You don't want it.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
it
You
anymore.
don't
You
want
don't
it.
want
You
it.
don't
That's
want
like
another
what's
Metal
gonna happen with Mario when what's the name? Not making it no more. Like, I mean, I guess he has some students. Like he's teaching some people. Like you're not.
It's not the same.
But they gotta take
Miyamoto's not gonna be like, all right, I'm retiring. Mario's dead now. No, I'm sure
Could you
there's people
imagine
He
who
his
is
last game he kills Mario off?
they have the creators. of,
Sephiroth kills him.
listen,
Sephiroth killed him already, right?
they have the creators of Gex who can take over Mario.
Oh, God.
just fine.
Oh God.
Bubsy. There's
Oh.
some people who can take it over.
Oh God.
Bubs.
Rayman.
But yeah, who do you guys think that either Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo will buy next? Because it seems like it's an all-out war, and people are they're trying to consolidate the game. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, we don't know. But let us know in the comments what you think about it.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Speaking of which, who are they going to buy Square? We didn't mention that.
If anyone's Sony's buying.
Yeah.
Everything's delayed. So Square's for sale.
Yo,
I feel like Sony already owns Square.
Yeah, for real.
pretty
They did it at a time. They own
No,
it.
if
They're not
the-
anymore, but they did own a chunk.
If Nintendo buys Square, they're just gonna come full circle.
So, anyways,
So let's get on with the news.
crickets.
Square Enix teases even more Final Fantasy VII spin-offs because we need more Final Fantasy VII spin-offs.
we don't.
No, not really. Listen, we've gotten so many spin-offs for Final Fantasy VII.
And don't get me wrong, I appreciate the lore. I really do.
All
But
we want is them to finish
Just
Final Fantasy VII remake.
Nah, they're gonna
Nah,
make
You got
Yeah,
10
finish
years.
the-
You got 10 years. Of that,
Nah, guys, man.
finish the remake.
Nobody.
Or guys,
cares about
too.
Ur
Our
guys.
guys.
So they announced the first
I would
Soldier
kind of take that.
Right?
DLC. Well, the next season, I guess they're calling it for the first Soldier, and that's a phone game, basically.
Oh God.
So
Mobile.
hey, listen, it's part of the story. If you want to get the whole story, and listen, I'm not gonna play it. It's like a battle royale on the phone.
You lie. You're gonna play it, man.
Never,
Let me
ever,
stop.
never, ever play it. man.
I'm
They need to finish Final Fantasy VII, and they need to get on with the sequel. Like they got so many things working, and they got the other game that's the Origins,
Yo,
and then they got another game. And where are these teams coming from?
you know what's crazy? I'm the only one that hasn't played the remake of Final Fantasy VII yet.
I'm the same.
No, all of them.
no,
I'm the only one who's played it.
I
no,
the
I
demo.
played it.
No,
I played.
Oh, you
I
played
Chuck
it.
played
Hell
it
yeah, I
also.
played it.
I
Oh,
mean,
okay,
I
so
I didn't play that second
No.
part that only came out
That
on
I'm gonna
PS5.
play.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say the reason why I say that is because I'm hesitant to play it because of that. Because they're not.
Because you don't wait.
Because
It's
I
a
don't
full
want to wait.
game.
Fucking.
Look, if they
No,
never,
dude, no, dude.
no,
I
if they
hate
never,
cliffhangers.
no,
He
it's
hates
not
a
even.
full
If they
game.
never come out with another game for it, it's a fun. It's
Yeah,
a
but
full
it's
game.
not.
It's a full game.
It's a full game.
And they changed it enough. It's not the
They
same.
did?
Yes.
It's a full game.
So you're satisfied when you beat it.
Oh, if they
Hell
never
yeah.
came out with another one, I'm good. But
Oh, okay, so-
I would
okay.
like to see
All
more.
right.
But
But that's really the only reason why I'm like, nah, man. I gotta
No,
wait
bro,
till.
it's-
I'm gonna wait till they
bro.
release the.
listen, they have the first Soldier. I'm good.
Okay.
You can just play that to get the rest of the story.
It's a fire.
Yeah, but
Yo.
my other characters though, man.
Listen, they have the original. If you really want to play more, it's not. It doesn't hold a candle.
I heard the the Yuffie DLC. I heard was pretty dope.
Yeah, I think
I
Bizarre's
saw- I
playing
saw-
it right now.
I saw
Vincent?
I saw most of it on was it Max's shit? Maximilian.
Supposed to be good. I think someone else in the chat earlier said that DLC wasn't that great. I think
Well, I
it
don't
might have
listen.
been.
I don't listen to that.
It might have been Jonathan Soko.
Yeah, of course.
But call me out if I misquoted you. But I think he said the Yuffie DLC wasn't that great.
Well, it's great.
You like it? Okay, got two people say it's
No, I haven't even played
No,
it.
he said
Look.
Destiny 2. He said only if Destiny 2 didn't suck so bad.
Destiny 2.
See, it had nothing to do with Final Fantasy.
No, I'm talking about a different chat.
Wow.
No,
Okay.
not this
Okay.
video.
Okay,
Not
Kept
this
spreading
podcast.
rumors. Spreading rumors.
Not this
Alright.
podcast. A different time. A different time.
Way to spread.
So they've also talked about Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, which is mobile later this year. Whatever that is, another project. Like I said, we want them to finish what they started, and we've been waiting. And the rumor is that by the end of this year, they will be dropping a trailer or announcing some more info about the remake part 2 or whatever they want to call it.
It's coming out 2024.
That's what you heard? No.
I didn't hear that.
2025.
Damn, the parts are coming out.
It's the
Jeez.
25th anniversary this year, so
We'll finish
if
it when
they-
we're 50.
If they're gonna announce something, I would like it.
You're
to
not
be
wrong.
That's not gonna be, man. Listen,
You're not wrong.
We're gonna be 50 when it's over.
Wow.
You're not
they
wrong.
already have the designs. It's
No,
not gonna take
I
that
don't know.
long.
Is it going to be a trilogy or are they going to finish up?
They
with
didn't
part two?
say.
They didn't say.
No.
We're gonna be 50.
They're talking about Final Fantasy 7 too. I was like, dude, stop.
Same makers of same developers of Cuphead.
Well, that took 5 years.
Yeah, seriously.
Damn.
When's Cuphead 2 coming out?
Yeah,
In 10 years,
Cuphead
motherfucker.
2, 2036.
But yeah, just what I
Damn.
wanted. Android and iPhone, free to play, free to play single player.
Oh,
And that's what we want you to be wasting your time on. I don't know. Listen, as long as they have the people working on stuff and not stopping to work on something else, I'm fine with it. I don't know how they've scheduled their studios to do the games, but 16, Final Fantasy 16, anybody? Like they showed a trailer. And
Yeah,
then they're
what
like,
happened to that? What the
it
fuck
got
is
delayed.
that?
It got delayed because of the COVID.
Jesus,
They said like
man.
6 months or so, but we should be seeing more of that. I'm
That-
saying
they look good.
probably Tokyo Game Show is probably when we're gonna hear about this stuff because obviously there's no E3 this year, and I don't know what they're gonna do over the summer, but probably Tokyo Game Show because that's where they usually did it anyway. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, like it's high hopes for this remake, but it might not be as good as everybody wants it to be because part 1 was so good.
Dude, it's like if they came out with like a Shining Force 3 remake and they're doing the 3 scenarios like 5-6 years apart.
Possibly.
I'd be like,
If it looked like this, it might. Be.
I'd be like, well, it looks like I'm playing scenario 1 5 times.
I don't think it'll be 5 years. Though. I don't think it'll be a 5-year thing. Maybe 2 years in between each.
Nah.
It can only be 2 years in between.
I'd be like this. Oh well.
It'll be 8 years apart. 8 years apart.
Nah, if it's 8 years apart, then you're missing out. Half your fan base is gonna be dead.
waiting for this for.
Nah, they're gonna buy
Half
it.
your fan base is gonna be dead.
It's a long wait.
Yo, it got dark. Yo, my man got dark.
Damn.
It's a long wait, man. They want to see the end of this. They can't be holding off.
Fan base is gonna be dead.
Listen, if you was 40 and you'd be like 60, 70, 80, like it's getting up there. When this came out, if you was older.
They said you can't even hold a controller. This shit's gonna be
Hell
shaking
yeah.
like
Yo,
this and
dude.
shit.
Run the
like-
guys. Run the guys.
They're gonna come out with a VR version before they're done.
Nah, it's gonna
Before
be
they're done.
a chip you just put in your brain. You just fucking think.
They'll be in glasses at least. It'll probably be in glasses before your brain. But hey, it might be a total different way to beat this game by the time it's at the end.
Damn, dude.
Walk into the Final Fantasy
Oh,
room.
dear God.
Final
Oh,
Fantasy
man.
room.
Yeah, they'll change the whole way you play by then. Who knows? Because we still got another at least 4 to 5 years to finish this thing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
That's too much.
Lot of mercy.
So, do you guys want more Final Fantasy VII, or do you want them to like move on with the sequels and finish Final Fantasy VII? So, yeah, let us know in the comments.
All right.
Who's gonna pay $70 for Forspoken? I mean, why not? I paid $64 for Final Fantasy 2.
That's the wrong
Yeah.
title, but whatever.
I forgot to put the
So it's like, oh shit.
the right
was
thing
good.
on. So
It's
whatever.
okay.
Good.
Audio podcast
Whatever.
listeners won't know.
Not
True.
Well, and I gotta edit.
I'm
this
gonna
stuff.
use the restroom. I'll be back, y'all.
I'm probably gonna have to go in a little while, but I'm
So
alright right
we're not in a mission right now, but since the title hasn't changed, you can see us. So we're just chilling, y'all.
Man, I want to play some more Guilty Gear.
Of course, we want them to finish, man. Final Fantasy Remake is like the best thing I've ever played, almost.
Damn.
See, I think I'm like jealous of every single Final Fantasy VII fan.
Because we did it.
Because-
they did it.
You
Because-
don't care, right?
No,
You kinda
because
don't care?
you guys you loved it when it first came out, and you got an incredible remake.
Yeah.
I didn't love it when it first came. Listen,
And that's a lot of people's
It was
first
That's Al's first role player. Like
Yeah.
like that's a lot of people.
He's not a real.
So that would
OG.
be like them taking Fantasy Star 1 and redoing it like this.
Well, for me, it would be like Shining Force.
Well, I know
3.
Shining Force,
but I mean, like,
but it's like Final
it's
Fantasy.
Final Fantasy and Fantasy
Your
Star.
first start.
Yeah, they're kind of like that. I mean, if they did that, I'd have a heart attack. But I mean, Shining Force 3
surprised.
is if they remade that to fucking doesn't even have to look like Final Fantasy 7. It could look like.
There's nobody out there who wants to do Fantasy Star over to get rid of 3.
You would think so, right?
Like, change that.
You would think you would think after all this
Fix
time
that.
somebody
Fix
would
that.
want to.
Fix those 4 games, man.
It's crazy.
But they were just like, nah, just act like 3 doesn't exist. But 4 does talk about 3, though.
Like
right?
Bobby Brown
Yes,
said,
it
man.
does.
if you
Well,
want
3's a
something
spinoff.
done,
Three's not really a main.
Gotta
It
do
should
it
have been
yourself.
called Fantasy Star 2.5, maybe.
Fantasy Star Mobile.
Yeah.
If it- that would have been the equivalent
Fantasy Star Mobile.
back then.
Fantasy Star Mobile.
Oh,
If-
dear God.
I wish there was a camera on my face when I watched the Shining Force mobile trailer.
Ah, yeah.
I just stared at it like
Because you wanted it to be real trash.
heart was ripped out.
It's like great Sega.
Dude, it
Great.
looked beautiful.
At least the name is out there. That's all you gotta give it
But
credit
it looks
for.
At least.
It did, especially when they got to the fight.
beautiful.
I was like, ooh.
I'm like,
Ooh.
my heart was like,
That's why I didn't even want to show you the trailer.
I know
I'll
you
show you
even
the-
said that. You even said like you probably shouldn't watch it. I'm like, I probably have to see it, don't I? I need to see it. And then they remixed the music of part 2, the fighting music. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, really?
Who is behind
That's
this?
a good topic.
And can we threaten them?
Mobile games.
You said Shining Force Mobile.
Franchises
Let me
that
a
went to
quick look
mobile.
at- Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah,
Okay, have you never seen the trailer?
No.
Wait.
Don't watch it.
Wait, hold on. You never seen the
No,
trailer? Watch it now. Watch it now.
I'm watching
I want
it
you to
now.
watch it right now.
Oh,
watch
man.
it.
I'm watching it right now.
Oh
That's-
my god, it's a live look at Kev's face.
Oh, damn.
I didn't see it because I was
Dude,
I was
The fighting
depressed
animations.
over the fact it was mobile. I was like,
It does look
God.
good.
Just wait. Wait for the pain that I felt.
Can we talk about how fire Guilty Gear is?
No, I don't really care for that.
Okay. I'm talking about it anyway. Guilty Gear strives.
Though I did play it way back. I did play it.
One
a
of the
little bit.
originals, right?
Yeah, I did play it, and I did enjoy it.
I
Even I was mashing shit. I was mashing it. It was still fun.
It's a fun.
Yeah,
It's a really fun, and it just looks great.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Even when I'm losing, I'm like, yo, this looks great.
That person
I
whooped my
just-
ass in
that-
a special way.
I just remembered the running sound effect.
Stop that.
The Guilty Gear
Kev, did you
running
get to the
sound
part where
effect
they're
is
fighting?
Yeah.
Oh, he's upset.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it part 1 and 2? I see that.
Dude, no, it's not part 1 and 2. It's a new story with characters from 1 and 2. It's a new
You
story.
never seen the trailer? Oh my
No.
gosh, dude, it's freaking crazy.
Dude, did you see that animation?
Nah,
You can
looks
use a
sick.
controller, man. You can use a controller. You can get it on
No,
TV.
but the reason why
can?
no, it's not even that. I don't
can.
even care about that because
Oh.
it's still 4 people in your party.
Well,
That's
you don't
why.
know that. You know that for a fact?
It's a mobile.
You don't know
It's
for
a
a fact?
mobile.
You gotta wait.
Fire Emblem
Well, actually, when's
Heroes
the
is
date?
4 people.
When's the date for it?
I don't know. They didn't announce it.
Yo, that animation's crazy.
Dude, it looks
Yo.
better than anything I've seen.
That's
So if it was like
crazy.
15 in your party, you'd play.
Well, that's what you want them to do.
Absolutely. If it was well, it was 12. It's 12 on the Genesis. If it was 11, if it was 10, I would
possible.
I would play it. Not on the mobile. Mobile, they won't do it.
That's possible. To
They
do.
always do it. They always do strategy role players to fit the screen. That's always 4. It's gonna be 4, 5 tops, which
Yeah.
is bullshit.
Depends on the game because there are some.
But dude, how foul is that?
That's messed up, man.
That's criminal.
Because I picture you could do that art style with part 3.
But
Oh,
the
that
thing
could've
is,
been.
like you said, it is good that name is
Ugh.
mentioned.
At least they
again.
didn't forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody made something that had the Shining Force, an actual Shining Force.
It could be a
Right.
tester. It could be like, because they did Fire Emblem Heroes and then came out with 3
Oh,
houses.
man, they
Right.
got to pitch.
So-
the-
Well, it's not like what Renaissance. What's the other ones? Shining in the.
Oh, Shining Darkness and Shining Holy Ark, the Shining games.
the weird ones, like the ones like Zelda.
Oh, those are Shining.
The Shining games. But they're
Yeah,
not,
Shining Feathers, Shining
Yeah.
It's all
they
taking
fucked it
a
up.
diarrhea
Shining.
shit on everything.
But the fact that they
Shining
made
shit.
it like that Shining Force, like the actual one, is
Shining shit.
They're like,
good.
do people? They're like,
shiny shit,
that's basically what the ones that they come out with. is.
Shit shiners.
Shit shiners.
shining shit,
Shiny.
shiny poo. It's still poo.
Oh, man.
Yes,
But it's
not
shiny.
even Sega who's doing it. Just a mobile company named Hive just loves the series and pitched it to Sega.
Well, you could see the passion in it.
Yeah.
You could tell it's there.
You can see the loot boxes.
And it's like, what character do you motherfuckers want? $10 a character.
They know Nintendo's making money with Fire Emblem on mobile, so they're just like,
Well, they're
no.
not stupid then, because
like-
Sega should be like, I see it.
Fire Emblem and Shining Force. That's what.
It should be
that's
neck
That's
and
the
neck.
pinnacle
That's
of 3D
the
strategy.
Phantasy Star Final Fantasy.
Strategy
It's the
role
same
players.
shit.
Crazy.
Y'all get me mad up in here. It was cold, and now I'm like burned, angry.
Well, enough of the anger.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk about games that gave you the feels.
Yeah, feeling of anger.
No. The feels like
Like
know,
a ooh.
like what's good.
What is that?
What was that,
Like,
bro?
What's good.
That's not
That should be a short.
that is that,
Wow.
that is not anything. I don't know what that is.
No. All right, so we're gonna talk about games that gave us a feeling.
Oh yeah.
So whether that be happy, whether that be sad, whether that brought tears to our eyes,
Or shocked.
Now is it
Or shocked.
a specific game or like series?
Game and scene.
Game moments.
Or series. You can
I mean, I'm not trying to spoil shit. Listen,
Neither am I. I'm not trying to
actually, no.
spoil shit either.
This is
That's why-
going to be a spoiler alert. Yes. 'Cause-
Yeah, I feel like
To a
no,
certain
I'm not gonna
no, 'cause some of
specifically-
these games are so. Some
It's
of the games
impossible.
I'm talking about, they're so old. It's like,
Yeah.
bro,
I'm gonna talk about
Come
the
on.
feeling
Well,
that it gave me. I'm not
well-
gonna tell you what happened though. For me, I'm not gonna tell you the exact
Okay.
scene. The way
I'm
it
gonna do
played
a
out.
mix of both.
I'm going to
Yeah,
make
me
it
too.
My stuff will
I'll tell
be
you the
spoiler
game. I'll
alerts.
tell you the
Yes.
area, and I won't say exactly what happened. But because I mean, we're gonna lose
I'm
everyone.
gonna- I'm
Mark,
gonna-
that was hilarious.
I'm gonna do
Said
my
Booger
best.
Man gave me feelings.
Booger Man.
All kinds of feelings.
What up, Mark?
Up your nose.
Mark,
I'm gonna do my best to not spoil it. But if I find that I can't,
There could
express
possibly
anything,
be spoilers.
but I will mention it though
Yeah.
before I say it.
Because there's some games that you haven't played yet, and I'm waiting for you to play. I'm not gonna tell you
Yeah.
exactly
Nah,
what the
don't
hell
spoil for
happened.
me, but by the time I play them, I might forget what you're saying in this podcast.
Probably you'll never
Well, if
play
you
it
guys
anyway.
have played it,
I'm talking about Ico, all right, or Echo.
Echo.
Never play. You'll never play.
I'll
It.
if you guys are mentioning something that I haven't played yet that I want to play, I'll strategically plan out my pee break.
Oh, wow. There we
Okay,
go.
fair enough.
All right. So who wants to start off the list here?
You know what?
should go in order.
I'm gonna start hot,
Yeah,
nice and
he's
hot.
coming in hot.
No, go
Piping.
from that
Mario Kart 8. No, I'm fucking with y'all.
Well,
Turn this
I
man's
mean,
mic off.
that Luigi stare when he stared.
Turn this
did
man's
give
mic
it-
I
off.
thought you were gonna
did give
say
me a
Mario Sunshine.
All right, let's just
Oh,
get
man.
let's get the game out
That's
the way.
anger.
It's on a lot of people's lists, so let's get the game out the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
Last of Us 2.
Yes,
Yep,
that's
yep,
on
Let's
the
get it.
list.
Let's just get it done.
That is definitely on the list.
It's
And
on
the
my
funny
list.
thing is, all right, so I'm gonna combine Last of Us 1 a little bit, but I'm going more Last of Us 2 because Last of Us 1 had me more shocked in a lot of parts than actually feeling some sort of emotion because I didn't have any link to these characters yet. You know, they're still developing them in part 1. Part 2, I think there was just too many moments in part 2 that had you, you know, after they went through the 1 and they hit home with the relationship between Ellie and Joel. They hit home with that relationship and the issues that they were going through from part 1 that everyone wondered about. And the way they told that story with either flashbacks or things that are going on throughout the course of the game, they had you actually in every single character that was new character that was entered in the game made you feel a certain way. They told certain stories about people's backstories that made you care about new characters that came in there. And if they get polished off and killed, you're like, oh, it's fucked up. Or like later on, you're like, yo, mad people just died quick, and I don't know how to feel about this because you think you're playing the protagonist, the person who's supposed to be right in a situation, and
And then you find out there's no right and wrong.
then there's no right or wrong, and it's a game that puts you in it makes you put yourself personally in that position of what the fuck would you do in either one of those people's positions. And it's one of the only games that had a conflict with myself where I'm like, I was so hell bent on killing this bitch, and then I kind of understand, and now I don't know what to do. You're like, I don't know what to do at the end of the game. Remember when I was at the end of the game? Not to spoil. I'm trying my best not to spoil, but it's like, would you like to finish that person off? You're like, remember I said, I paused. I said, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm panicking right now. I'm like, it's too much. It's too much. It's hitting me in a certain way. I'm like, and I was just like, and the ending goes, and they show a lot of end scenes or past scenes, and it was just something about the credit scene that hit. There was this last scene in the credits that hit harder than anything in the entire game, and you're just like, I said, I need to watch something happy. I can't go to sleep with this on my mind. I'm like that game fucked me up in all kinds of way that I wasn't ready for.
Right.
And I don't think any game has ever done that to me before.
It's the first time either movie or game in that media type that did something like that.
It was so, and I understand why a lot of people don't like it, because it just hits you so fucking hard that you're playing a fucking game at the end of the day.
Right.
You're like, you forget you're playing a game, and you're feeling all that shit. You're like,
you feel like they're real people.
I don't even know. Like, I don't want to pop this person off. I don't know. I don't want to.
A lot of people acted like their brother, their actual real life brother, got polished off. I was like, this is a game, people.
No,
like it's real life.
With the, not to cut you off, but with the atmosphere, the voice acting, the development, they did it so well that it affected people on that large scale that it was brilliant.
But people didn't understand how to deal with it.
I think the series as a whole, from the first and the second one, for me personally, the first one, I've never seen a game where that sucked you in within the first 15 minutes.
They did a great job with that.
And
that was one of the best intros in the game in history.
In all time. Like, it's the first time I actually cried playing a game. Like, literally. Like,
and that hits you first.
I don't even
have
the first time.
That's in the first 15 fucking minutes.
I don't even have kids. And I'm like, damn, I feel for these characters. Like, I'm like, wow. Why do I feel like that's my... this is me.
It's
well, that's a AAA Hollywood movie. The way they pulled it off is like, oh, this is going to be something. Yeah, and they stayed true to that.
Right.
Like, if you played that part, you were okay with that. Yeah. I don't know how you're not okay with the rest, because that was pretty foul.
That's why, like, I would always talk with Retro Rivals, and they would always do their videos about their top games and stuff like that. I'm like, part 2 jumped up maybe in my top 10 all time. It might have.
Possible.
Like, and I played
a great game.
Shitload of games. I'm like,
I mean, even if you have trouble with the story, it's a great game.
That hit me. If no other game hit me like that, has to be in my top 10 somewhere.
I like watching people play it. That's how good it is. I'm just watching you play it. It's amazing.
It's a very, very, it's so powerful. It's so powerful, and it's not just the one moment. There's so many moments.
It's a masterpiece, man.
There's so many moments.
Well, there's a lot of twists.
Yeah,
a lot of things like, now I feel a certain way, and now I feel a certain way.
Yeah,
but in the first one, I'll go back to that one since we're talking about it.
Yeah,
that gave me a lot of feels in the end. I'm not going to talk about the actual ending, but the thing that they did there was something I wasn't prepared for, and I was like, my jaw was like wide open, like,
because you're conflicted too.
What?
You're conflicted. The thing is, I'm trying to reveal spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted with that moment too, personally, and I see where that person is coming from, and I'm like, oh, but what that action is not a good. That's not a good thing. I'm like, that's not a good thing. I know that's not a good thing.
Even before I even understood what happened there, just the gravity of what was said at the end of that game, and I was like, really? This is how this is? And then the credits rolled. I was like, really?
You're uncomfortable.
This is how this ended?
You're uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you're uncomfortable.
And then they came with the sequel. If they never came with the sequel, I still would have been like, that was a flawless story.
Yeah, you're uncomfortable with the end of 1, but with 2, you're just a loss for words. You're just like,
right.
1 and 2. We're talking about 1 and 2.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're talking about part 1 and 2.
And
just
actually,
as a series.
If I want to jump into the DLC, also that actually gave me some feels.
Yeah, part 1.
You already know the characters.
I didn't play the DLC.
I'm about to say there was a
DLC
part 1.
Yo, dude, I was like, is there something that was released for part 2 I didn't know about?
No. The Ellie story with when she first met, when they first got bit. That story was that was something too, because that was a different game. You just know, like, you didn't shoot things and stuff like that. It was totally different the way they told that story.
Just a story.
But even though you knew the story, just seeing it play out like that, it was like, all right, All right, you guys. I thought this was done. And you came back with a DLC to make me tear up.
Yeah, the year they won, I think they won Game of the Year, maybe. I
I
think.
definitely won.
And they got so many awards, and people were pissed. I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. Nobody understands. You do not understand. Everything is
When
well
2
deserved.
won so many awards, they didn't understand.
Yeah, two.
They were furious.
Yeah,
A lot of people were furious.
I'm like, you
That's
guys.
when you don't listen to the internet.
You guys don't understand.
That's when the world is bigger than the internet.
Yeah.
You know, you guys don't. You mean
You
nothing
don't
to
understand.
me. You mean nothing to me. None of this stuff means anything to me.
Yeah, you're.
But you guys in the chat, you guys mean a lot.
because you know today's what the new in thing is. If a cluster of people online hate on something, then I might as well join in.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's how you get the
nowadays.
clicks. That's how you get
That's
the
how
clicks.
you
Mob
get the
mentality.
clicks. It's how it's the it's how you join
But
in.
none of
now.
them even played it, though.
Yeah,
I guarantee you.
If you don't play it, your opinion means nothing.
It's
If you
fun.
did play it and you hate it, that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Right.
It's not for everybody.
Right.
I didn't like things that happened in that game. Tons of things. There's a lot of things I disagree with. I said, "Fuck this."
But I didn't
fuck
write it.
that. Fuck this game. But you have
I
to
didn't write it.
respect. You have to respect the vision of the creator. You have to.
Yeah.
You know, I can't create everything. If I did, it'd be boring. I would know what's gonna happen.
No, they should have put the Bloods and the Crips in there. They could have did the same type of game.
In a zombie
See it from both
apocalypse.
sides.
Now instead, they had the zombie and the clicks.
Oh man, yeah.
Blood zombies.
Clickers.
And the humans. Zombies and humans. That's the gang. But
No, it was that was probably like that's the pinnacle of it's gonna get you. You're not gonna just play it, but like, oh, that was a fun game, great action. No, that's gonna fuck you up in a certain. That game will fuck you up mentally in a certain way.
If you didn't finish it, please try to.
It's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, the storytelling was incredible. It was incredible, and kudos to the voice actors who don't get enough credit for that shit. They did a sick job, sick job. But yeah, Last of Us 1 and 2 combined. That's a perfect way to start the list.
Yeah,
That's
man.
good.
That's
Can I
definitely
go
on
next
everybody.
or Chalk? Me or
go.
Chalk? I'll go.
You can go this way.
All right. So the next game I'm gonna say that got me feeling emotional. Also, not like sad or anything like that. Well, a little bit, but just
It's okay.
it's fucked up. Nah, it's like
All right. Let it out, man. Let it out.
no, I'm joking. No, Detroit Become Human.
Oh, I heard about that.
That game.
That's on my list, too.
I heard about that.
I figured it would be on your list, man.
Oh, yeah. No,
But
definitely.
no, this game.
Take a
The
piss. And no, it's not because
the
of spoilers, I'm not
choices.
playing it.
yeah, right.
You should.
No, you should play it. Actually, it's good. It's a good game.
So
No,
there's
the-
a lot of stuff in that game, but
it-
it makes you think of your life different.
Yes.
That's what's crazy
Yeah.
about Detroit.
It makes you want
Yes.
really question what humanity really is.
Yep.
And what is
What
it?
makes a machine and not like, because you have, they
Right.
talk about things learning
Right.
and like, artificial intelligence learning stuff and what
Right.
makes that different and not having a soul.
Right.
What if it had a soul? Like, what is that line?
Right. And the way they did it so masterfully was that they had three separate story arcs that kind of go into each other,
Yep.
but they're separate stories and they're separate like questions about AI, artificial intelligence, and it's really well written, well acted. The characters and stuff are freaking awesome. Like if it,
There's one particular story in there that will grab you.
oh man,
Like, it's,
yeah, dude.
it's just,
Oh, dude, and the choice, like if you make there's a particular part, what we're gonna talk,
well, there's
talking
multiple
about.
parts in there you can do the wrong
But there's
choice.
one,
a lot of choices.
there's one main part that doesn't change even if you start the game over again,
Yes.
and it's
And I didn't know that you can feel this way about a game
it's same
until
same-
this happened.
Yes, and there's no going back either. You could start the game again,
People
start
are
a new
so-
file,
well-
and it's still
So hold
People-
on, you make the choice and it stays the same no matter what?
yes.
People were so distraught and hurt by this actual thing that later on they did have an update that reversed it.
Oh, they did?
Really?
Yes, because people didn't know how to handle it.
Oh shit, because
So
that was
there's a
foul,
certain thing
man.
that happens, not even storyline wise, but
Say
it's
what it is.
No, man, I don't want to spoil anything. No, there's a decision
there's
in the
something
game.
that happens that makes you really feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, like I was saying that there's a decision that you have to make in that game that the outcome of that decision stays in the game, even if you start the game over again
Oh,
with a
really?
new file.
Oh, it's kind of gone.
And it's like, and it makes you feel some type of way.
Yeah,
You're
it
like,
does.
whoa!
Hey, like, I didn't know I can feel
I
this
thought
way
this
about
is,
a game.
I thought this was no, this
Wow.
like, and it's such a minute thing. Like you don't even think about it in the beginning. But when it's gone, and when it's not there, when you make that decision, it's like, oh damn.
Detroit, listen, there's three different parts, like 3 different scenarios in Detroit. There are some parts, like if you're not a fan of the cop stuff, you might get a little bored of that part. And if you're not a fan of certain scenarios in there, it might not play out the way you want it to do.
Right.
But I think the universal one is the chick one. That's the one that everyone should play.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's the one that'll capture everyone. It's not boring at all because there's certain things you do in there that's just really crazy.
And
but
they overlap, too. The stories
they do overlap as you go.
occasion.
But if you're starting the game,
Right.
there are some parts that can start a little slow because they're trying to teach you about the world and the characters.
Yeah, man, it really
So
makes...
if you can get past like a couple, like maybe 2 hours in,
Right.
I think you'll be in the movie. Like it's a kind of a slow start.
You can watch somebody play this game
Yes.
and still be satisfied.
I was watching Dashy play some of it.
It's
I have it
freaking
on the channel.
entertaining.
I
It's
stream
freaking
that.
good.
It's on the channel. Guys, look me up. Watch
It's
me
good.
play Detroit.
Google me.
I need the hits. Give me some likes.
Google me. Is it still
Give me
listed?
some likes. It's still on. It should be still listed.
But yeah,
Should
no, Detroit. It's
Yeah.
on my list, man.
Detroit.
That's an awesome game, and
Yeah.
I highly recommend.
I felt empty inside.
Even if you don't play it, even if you don't play those types of games, I highly recommend at least watching of like a full gameplay through, like just to get the story down pat. Because if you're just watching it out of context and you're just watching a part here and there, you're not gonna get the.
It messed with my psyche, man.
Yeah,
It really
no,
does.
it really did. Same
It
here,
messed with
man.
my psyche.
I was depressed like all day. Like,
I didn't think it could. I didn't think it could mean anything.
I was like, oh shit, because it's like you're.
Because it's like the future. You know, they always have.
Well,
you envision the future.
Yeah.
And they have like artificial intelligence and stuff. And
Right.
You get attached. It's like this ain't supposed to happen in my lifetime. What's happening here?
It's funny because
And that's when they finally released Final Fantasy VII Part 2 Remake.
No.
what's crazy is that
So it's not coming out?
yeah, right? the meta thing about it is that it's you're playing a video game, an artificial like something digital that puts you in that space, and it's a story about artificial intelligence and how
Yeah.
it's fucking
They
crazy.
play you. They
Yeah,
play
they actually-
your emotions to you. It's crazy.
Emerald Wizard has entered the chat.
Oh,
Lord, help us, please. We have been cast a spell with the Emerald Wizard.
I see the sparkles
The sparkles and the glitter.
and the smoke.
Oh yeah.
And the swastika.
So let me get to. I mean, no, both of those are on my list. So my list is going to be chopped down. That's actually 3 games off my list.
It's perfect.
I guess I can jump into Near
Good. That takes one off my list.
Automata.
I could join in on that one.
Speaking of artificial intelligence, this is the game that I played right after Detroit. So I'm like, what is happening to me?
You're like, I need to stop playing games.
Because this is another game that takes artificial intelligence. It's a game. The game story is based on AI and shells of humans, and I'm not going to discuss what actually gave me, what happened to give me these feels. But I bawled because I did something that I didn't know would make me feel that way. Like it was a very
Killed a child.
it made me feel like, well, that didn't make me cry. No, there is a moment in there like that, but it's not like that. But I guess if you could feel some type of way at that, you could cry at that part. But no, there was a part where there's a robot named Pascal in it,
Yeah, Pascal.
and
Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Pedro Pascal?
But there's a part like that's an AI in a robot, and they like wave white flags. They don't want to fight and stuff like that. And like it's a whole society that's like, we're not the war robots. We have human emotion. And I know it's hard to understand, but we want to be friends and stuff like that.
They don't want the smoke.
They don't want the smoke, but you can give the smoke if you want.
Yo, how would that be? We don't want the smoke. Please, we don't want the smoke. Please stop hitting me.
I'm programmed
And-
to have feelings.
Let's
I
just
feel
say
this.
You're hurting me.
there's a part in it, like, okay, so just say I did hit them, right? And it really
You
here,
wanted the whole town, didn't you?
like they are talking back to you. Like, please stop. No, we're not
slaughtered the whole town.
evil, blah, blah, blah.
Anakin Skywalker, the motherfucker.
And it made me feel really, really bad about what just happened.
Damn, man. He slaughtered
But
the whole
that's
town.
not the part that's a part that hurt, but that's not the part I was talking about. Like, there's a part in the game where certain things happen and makes you feel that the AI is really like, okay, these things are like human, not robots. But you know that part. It's like
Yeah, you know,
something happens. I'm not going to talk about what.
yeah,
so-
I mean, the thing for me in Nier, I always, whenever I talk about Nier, it's always, it hit me after. Everything hit me way after, because I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was awesome. I like the music. I like the characters, and I know there was a deeper meaning in the game. Throughout the entire game, I knew it was a deeper meaning, but I wasn't getting it while I was playing. I wasn't getting the deeper meaning. But I'm like, so like a lot of parts didn't hit me while I was playing it.
You're dealing with the end of humanity.
Yeah,
in the game, so.
nothing. It wasn't hitting me. I think I was probably like just late on everything.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So like, and then when I beat it, I'm like, okay, this, and that. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try to look up some stuff about it. I want to check out some
pick
stuff
up some
about
lore,
it.
yeah.
And then you told me about the 100% in the game, and I was like, okay, let me check that out. And you told me the whole premise of the ending and all that stuff is just a powerful premise in general. So I was like, let me look this up, and I'm like, wait, so people have to give up their saves to help you fight these things in the credits.
That's heartfelt.
And I'm like, no, that shit hit different. I'm like,
Wow. Like if you say, I'm going to help everyone, they will take away your save file. This is at the end of the game.
yeah, you're
Like, you don't
just
come
you're
back
a
to
little
play.
ship. You're a little ship just shooting things by yourself, and you just keep getting killed.
This is in the credits, by the
in
way.
the credits. In the credits. While a song is playing, and I'm going to get to the song in a second.
Yeah, amazing.
And it's just going, right? And when you beat the game, it asks you,
It gets successfully progressively harder as you move further through the credits.
do you want to give up, like, do you want to help out a fellow random person in the entire world who is beat Nier,
They'll help you
but
if you said yes.
they have to give up their save. So when you're done, the save is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got to start from scratch.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, but like,
No, this is the end of the game.
this is in the credits.
Yeah.
The game is over.
Like
so
your save is gone if you.
the fact of that many
need help.
people helping, giving up their save
Knowing
to
that.
help you shoot in the credits is like,
The people who come in, who come in are people who gave up their save.
It's like an end game moment.
yo, it's like, and like,
Yeah.
to
Do
think
the-
that
do the-
it's like, and then the song they play there, it's like, oh, now you, it's like,
'Cause I tried.
It's oof,
I tried at that part.
powerful.
Which isn't even the part I was talking about, but I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because I tried to get through the credits without asking for help. I was like, no, I got this.
No,
and it
you
got
don't.
stupid hard.
No, you
It
don't.
the bullet hell to death. And I was like,
I can't summon Eric.
I need. Now I can. Now if I play it over again.
Yeah,
What
you
if
can.
popped up and your name was there? Like, get the hell out of here.
I got you.
But the fact that, and it lets you, it has their name. Like, it has your character's name that you had, so you know who it is or whatever.
that's
It tells you
fire.
what part of the country they came from.
It's innovative.
That's
It's
sick.
pretty crazy.
Like it's a crazy way to bring people together
Right.
over a game. But they're giving up something to do it just to help you out.
Yep.
And you get the real ending because of it. Plus, as I mentioned 3 times already, the fucking song they throw in there to get the fucking feelings going. It's like, oh my god. Like that's when, because before, like, I played the game and I'm like, yeah, there's some cool parts and stuff, but like I said, I felt like I was behind on the meaning of everything.
Yeah.
But when it kind of came to a head in the credits.
Full circle.
And the cool thing is, I went to listen to the English version of that last song. That's the one that plays, but the Japanese one. Oh my god, that's way more powerful than the English one. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
I heard English now.
You never heard the Japanese one?
Not the English.
No, the English
Did
is
they
in the
play
game.
English in there?
English is in the game.
They probably play in the background.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
when
Like
they're
I
doing
think, last fight or into the credits, I forget, but it's the English one. But the Japanese one, oh my god, that is.
I've
I
heard
was
you
like,
play it. I've heard you play the Japanese.
I was like, oh my god. Whew.
And then, since we're still talking about Nier, I'm about to talk about the prequel. So the Nier Replicant. So what they did in this, which is not, it's not the same type of story, but they do link, and they tell you, they did add parts to it that add to the storyline in Automata. Now, the characters, I love the characters in Automata, but the characters that they have in Replicant, they really focused on more. and they actually are in your party as you walk around, so they're with you.
Oh, so they're dope. The good characters.
Well, one of the characters is in Automata,
Oh shit.
and
That's cool.
there's other things in there, but there's a story. Like I said, like they have you read some stuff, and I'm not a big fan of reading all that, but
I don't like reading.
the fact that the story, I got so involved in this character's story that I instantly teared up when they got to a certain part of the words.
The words got
The words. And I was like,
wow.
why? Why did that happen? And I'm just reading it. I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. Yeah, Weight of the World. Yeah, that's the song. That song. I don't know if you heard the Japanese one, Bizarre, but yeah, it's extremely heavy. And
All the songs in the Nier games are crazy.
heavy metal's in the chat, y'all.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry about the audio listeners'
Audio
ears,
listeners, our apologies.
Jeez.
but y'all know what happens. But
We need like a dedicated fucking
Like a
sound
button.
effect.
We gotta get a
Yeah.
button. I gotta get buttons. For
Peeking the mics.
so the character in that game, the character that shows up as a little ball, like a head in the set in Automata,
I think so.
that character is in the first game before he's that.
Okay.
And you learn how that happens and everything, and what the sacrifices are to do that and all that. So that made more sense. But I don't know. It's a weird. This character kind of in the first game is a weird character. But
The lore is out of control.
I followed the lore, and then I found out like certain little things in the game, like this robot did such and such and made all the robots think because he got all the information from the humans, and that's why all the robots in Automata know like emotion.
Oh shit.
Because this one stupid robot
One
I killed,
robot?
one of the bosses. He's like, yeah, he flew into space, downloaded all the information, brought it back to the humans 2,000 years later. I'm like, what? I didn't know that in the game.
They wild out. They wild
Nah,
out
it's
with
crazy.
the
And it's originally from Drakengard. So I know the whole story from Drakengard from way back then.
it's
From a joke ending.
these people are
Where
geniuses.
Dragon got killed by a big Evangelion-inspired big person and got stabbed on top of like an Empire State Building or whatever. And that caused poison to happen in Nier. And that's what started Nier. I'm like, get the fuck. It's a fake ass ending in Drakengard.
Drugs are powerful.
Exactly.
Drugs are very powerful, man.
But I instantly balled off words in that game. Just the words.
Just like, oh,
Was
God.
it what the words were saying,
Yeah.
or the fact that you were reading? No, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Damn.
I didn't know.
Damn.
It was at my level.
A little bit.
It was at,
Give me
it was
some.
at my level. It was at a 6th grade level.
It was like, God damn, why are they doing this to me?
Everyone was like, sound it out. Sound it out.
Because they vaguely, before they tell you that story, they vaguely tell you what happened. Then you realize, then you see the backstory and then see it happen.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. Now I know why that meant so much.
I wonder what the sequel's gonna do.
Ooh, they got a lot riding on that, man.
They got some years.
But both of those games, teared up.
Dude, I got a lot
That's
of
crazy.
games on my list, man.
That is crazy. That's a good
Holy
example, though. I think a game that gave me the feels, if you want to call it that.
Not that felt you up.
Not that felt me up.
games that felt.
Games that felt me up.
Point to the doll. Where?
Where did it touch you, dude?
South Park Stick of Truth. I'll start with that.
That's on my list. Yeah.
And this particular scene, this is going to be a spoiler alert, but, it's whatever.
Jeez.
Oh,
It was,
come on, man. We went so good. So far.
Crawling in the ass of Mr. Slave.
That's actually my favorite.
That
part.
was...
That made you feel like
That
how
was-
it felt to have
that was
fucked up your
hilarious.
ass?
No,
the feels is what the fuck was the feeling.
not the oh shit, and the parents' bedroom.
No, well, that's the next scene I was
The
going to talk
battle.
about. Yeah, the uncensored sex scene when you're shrunk and you're fighting a bunch of elves, and the parents are having sex in the background.
In the background,
Oh,
while
they-
you're
yeah,
battling,
fighting,
They are wilding out
Yo,
in that game.
and
They
it's-
wilding out.
and you have to dodge the balls and shit.
Yeah,
man.
yo, yo,
Balls. You got dodge balls?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes,
son.
I think
it
the
was
thing-
South Park
No,
animation.
it's
so
the
like,
balls and it's the dick too, right?
Yes.
I think it's the dick. Yeah.
No, I think it was just the
You
balls.
think it's just the balls?
It was a
The
hairy-
balls, definitely.
hairy ball
Oh no,
sack.
it's the tits and the balls.
Yes,
right?
yes,
Okay, the
yes,
tits
yes.
and the balls. They land on. You have to dodge or something out of the way.
freaking.
Okay.
But when it happens, it's just like,
Never played.
yo, what is going on?
I couldn't get a
They're
straight face.
they're
I was
at
like, what am I playing? I was like, I can't believe they
Why am I
went
playing?
there.
Bro.
I can't believe, yeah.
It gets even crazier because you played Stick of Truth only. You never played.
I never played
the Fractured Butthole. The sequel.
Fractured Butthole. No,
Yeah,
I haven't played
that
it,
game.
That
I
titles are out
mean,
of control.
I thought originally when I first played it that it wasn't as funny as the first one. It was funny. There was some funny stuff in it.
no. Right.
But it wasn't until I watched, like, finished watching the series, because they followed the series, like, to a T. So if you didn't watch a particular episode, you didn't know.
Oh, I hear they're brilliant.
You didn't get the joke.
They're incredible.
But, man, there's and again, spoiler alert, guys.
I own it too. I gotta play it. I've not
This
played
is
it.
shit, you didn't play it yet, so I don't.
Keep
I don't
going,
want
no, keep going, bud.
I can't spoil it. I can't spoil this. I can't spoil
It's
this.
something so good that you can't.
But there's a boss battle on that same level. But it's not gross. It's just funny. It's hilarious.
Really?
Yes.
So now I got.
And I literally had to
like
pause.
$3.
I had to pause the game and like.
I remember you were
fucking
laughing. I
die.
heard you laughing your
Stop
ass off.
laughing. That shit. To this day, I'm thinking about it now, and it's like, yo, this shit is so
The
stupid.
sex scene, it blows you away because it's like because you see the dick in the background, like you see like he's like no, she's like it's like doggy style, right? And he's like you see it's like you hear everything, you see him just going like in the background making noises. I was just like, yo, I was like, this is you're having a boss fight while it's happening. Just like what is going on?
Yo,
They get away with this
bro,
shit is insane.
they went all out with the lore of South Park. Like you can
Is
go
it
into
even
everybody's,
M-rated?
huh?
Is it even M-rated?
Yeah,
I think it's
right?
M-rated.
yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
it's better
Oh,
be.
definitely,
It has to be.
dude.
Imagine if it wasn't.
X-rated.
Yo, you go into I love how like they did so much shit, like detail, like everything in South Park. You can go into people's houses, raid their closets, like go into drawers and like find you can find the craziest shit. My favorite was Cartman's house
Right?
because you find his what was it, his mother's bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And she had it locked, and then you find the shit so you can finally unlock her bedroom. And you go in there, and
you
there's
get
like
toys.
crack pipe on the fucking dresser, a big fucking like 12-inch black dildo, shit, whips,
sense.
chains, a sex swing and shit. Yeah,
That's, I like how Canada is like an 8-bit kingdom.
yes, yes,
awesome.
yes. You
Yes,
cross the
That's
border
awesome.
I saw that.
It was just in the
Oh.
gameplay different. It was hilarious.
It was 8-bit.
without giving anything away for the sequel. When you play it, just remember the the shit takes place. The shit goes down in the prison, and it also goes down in
Well, doesn't this shit always go down in prison?
an abortion clinic.
Oh no.
Oh, the first the first
There's a
game
boss
had,
ba-
the first had the boy. Yeah, there was
no.
the first one.
Was it in the first one?
I played. Yeah, there was a boss. Yeah, you fight like a fetus.
Oh yes. I was the first.
big-
My
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, you
My
fight a
bad.
fetus. A
The
big-
second one is in a prison.
as in a fr-
Yes, and it's
Dodge the fetus.
the boss battle was another one that got me that had me like I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they did this.
No, they went far. Yeah,
I
the
can't
abortion
believe they
clinic
did.
was
They,
like, oh god.
they take it too
Yeah,
far,
I
man.
was like,
They
oh,
like
God.
they push the boundaries
They wild out.
of who.
They wild out.
That is a definitely
But it's hilarious.
It is
though.
hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's funny. It's hilarious. It's
WTF
funny.
moment.
Yes, that's what it was.
That's the feel.
It was.
Oh, dude, the feel is
I
laughter.
couldn't keep a straight face. I'm like, yo. I'm
No,
like,
that, I can't. You know
gotta
how they.
dodge the balls. It's crazy.
You know how they have challenges online where they like streamers and shit where they have like try not to laugh challenge.
Yeah.
Like I challenge anybody to try to play
Couldn't
through
even
that
stream
fucking
that.
game.
You couldn't even stream that.
No,
one.
you
You
can't.
can't stream it. Can't stream it.
No, you can't.
Can't
Oh,
stream it.
yeah.
And I bet you can't even freaking like not laugh while doing that.
Can't
shit.
stream it.
You can't?
can't.
Then why will you stream it, huh?
Better not.
Not on
no,
YouTube.
no.
Not
Maybe on
YouTube.
Pornhub.
Unless you're real good with blurring shit,
Yeah.
or it's pre-recorded where you could blur the shit ahead of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
after the fact.
Oh, true.
Wow.
You could do that.
All right. My game is Halo Reach.
I knew someone was gonna do it. I knew. Yeah.
Halo Reach.
Oh shit! Somebody wake
You
me
know
up.
what?
Wait, I'm joking. I'm
You know
joking.
what? Fuck y'all.
Nah, Halo Reach is good. That's a good game.
No,
That's a good game.
so in the Halo series, the Spartans have been revered as like soldiers that just don't die. So even if they do die, they're listed as missing in action, not KIA. So
Oh, it's just Master Chief.
with this
Master Chief.
with this particular game, Master Chief isn't even in it. You're playing Noble Squad, and you play like Noble 6 or whatever, and you have 5 other squad mates. And as the game progresses, you watch them all get picked off one by one, by one, by one. And it's just like, damn, these guys really do die. You know, and it's just sad because it's like they all have these individual personalities because, you know, like at first you thought like Spartans were like silent, they don't really talk, but no,
They're not
these
Master
guys
Chief.
all had individual
Oh, they like stories and shit.
yeah, they had individual personalities. One of them had a prosthetic arm. Like it was a cool game. Like they really dug into like a Spartan's personality a little bit, and then
Only one Spartan.
stop it.
He said, "Stop."
Stop it.
Oh boy.
Stop it.
That's it.
Shush.
That game doesn't exist.
Shush. Halo Reach is great. So, yeah. So, and this takes place right before the first Halo game.
Oh,
Yeah, because you're transporting the AI that Master Chief actually eventually uses in Cortana in the first Halo. And yeah, they literally sacrifice everything to get her to where she needs to be. And then at the end of the game, you're literally by yourself, and Covenant coming after you one by one by one. You have limited ammo. You got a couple grenades, and you're just fighting for your life at the end, like at the very end. And it's just like you're not gonna win. You die.
oh, damn.
You can't.
Oh, so that's the
cannot.
end.
Yeah, that's the end. You cannot win.
Oh, wow.
Cannot.
Not even with a game chart.
Nope. Can't win.
I'm gonna try that. Out.
Can't win. And if you remember correctly, I think the game opens with the cracked helmet of your character. But you don't know it's your character until the end of the game.
Oh, that's some interesting storytelling.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a reach.
Yeah. It was good. Damn. Really good.
Really? Look how happy
And look
Kev
at these
is.
two laughing.
Look how Kev, you see how happy he was
fucking-
when he said that?
laughing at this shit.
That's good, Jay.
Corny, fucking,
Hey, got
corny puns.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good.
Oh,
That's
terrible.
hilarious.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
fucking awful. That was awful. That was
good
really
story.
fucking awful.
What's your
Very
You guys got me so upset just now. Shit. I got a bunch. I'm going to go with.
It's on my list.
This is
Let me
on
stop.
this is on nobody's list. I guarantee this is on nobody's list. Children of Morta.
Oh
Maybe yours, no?
no, it's
No,
not.
it's definitely not. Children of Morta. There was a certain a special something that happens at the end of the game that had me feeling a certain way because it's a very family oriented game. They between missions they always have little tidbits on your main hub where you could talk to different family members and certain things go down and voice acting is pretty good, but like when you face the last boss, they incorporate every one of your family members, and it's like there's something about it because like when you're it's just me and Turbo played it co-op. There's something about it where it's like it always just seems like all hope is lost, but like another one of your family members comes in and they helps out, and then another one comes in, and like every time it's like almost over, someone else comes in and helps, and like
Earthbound.
yeah, and you never like you don't expect to see that. Like that was
cool scene,
the way
yeah.
they played out the last scene was so fucking dope, and I did not see that coming because I thought it would just be player 1, player 2. Just fighting the last boss, but the way they incorporated the rest of the family members helping out to make the last boss weaker so you could win was like, and the music was pretty dope too. So it was like, oh, this is a nice little touching moment because like you feel something for the characters because of everything that you've played throughout the game. Everyone has their own voice, they have their own personality. So the fact that they all just come together to help each other out as a family to take out the boss was like, oh, that's pretty dope. That it had like a good feeling, like a really, oh, hey, the good guys won, instead of,
That was my Final Fantasy 2 feel.
yeah, it was like something like that. I was like, oh, that was and that's an indie game, indie game that is slept on. That game it's probably one of my top 3 indie co-op games I've played.
It was a pretty game.
That's a very awesome game. But yeah, that moment was like, just that specific end part was like, woo. Ooh, I don't know how you felt about that, Turbo, but I mean that shit was fucking.
No, it was crazy.
That was.
I like that part. Was
They
awesome.
did a really good job with that.
I was like, I didn't beat that.
We beat them.
Well, Kev died early, and I had to carry the whole thing. No, I'm just kidding.
They came out one by one.
I thought that was Salt and Sanctuary.
That's every game me and Kev play.
I thought that was Unsighted.
Sounds sexual.
That was Uncharted.
I thought that was Marvel's Avengers.
That's not true. It's not.
Oh, I thought that was Gears 5.
Not true.
Pretty much.
It's exaggerated. It is exaggerated.
I mixed them up. I'm sorry. I mixed them up. I'm sorry.
Damn, shots fired, man down.
What you got up?
I have too many games on my list.
Get a
all
bunch
right.
out. Get a
So
bunch
I'm
out.
just gonna do one. And then when we,
He said, "Shut up." I'm gonna
Shut
do
up,
one.
Turbo. I want to do one.
yeah, no,
I
I'm
got
just
two
doing
left,
one.
so
But
you
if
go.
we run out of time, then I'm just gonna do go
The
through
straight
list
shot.
for- yeah. Katana Zero.
Ooh, good pick. Good pick.
That game.
Good pick.
Not only does the music, grabs you, and but the actual story, even though it's a short game, the story really grabs you, and when you complete the game, the reveal twist at the end really threw me for a loop, man. I didn't see that coming at all, and yeah, man, that game is for an indie game, that's a a single player indie game. That's a game changer right there.
I didn't
man.
know it'd be carried so much by its story. I didn't really
Yeah.
factor that game as like a story-driven game.
Especially there's one part towards the end of the game where you're fighting a particular character or whatever,
Yep.
and he's in. It's the way it was executed was awesome. It was awesome.
Great storytelling. Great
Yes.
storytelling.
Yes.
I was taken off guard by how the good storytelling was on that.
Yeah,
They did a great job.
That was that was a great game.
Was it a mini Ghost of Tsushima?
A mini Ghost of Tsushima. Damn, I don't think it was like that. Nah.
Chill.
Nah. But
Now,
everything
people
from the
go,
movie, the music, the storytelling, and the gameplay, all of it put together. And the trial and error type of
And soundtrack
gameplay.
is very important
Oh.
in moments that go on in the game because they actually help paint the moment also. And if the music they pick is not right, you're not
Right.
going to feel those emotions also.
And every track it's awesome.
It's fire.
It just grabs you in. Like
fire.
it just it gives you that motivation to continue to that just one more time.
Fury.
Let me just do that shit. Yeah, exactly. Like you're frustrated at sometimes, but it's like, nah, I can do this. And the
And
music
it's not-
fits it perfect.
it's not always about how long the game is or how short it is. It does come down to the writing and if they pulled it off.
Yep.
Then
Also,
they pulled it off.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pacing, the writing, and
Yep.
that's it. Yeah.
All right, let me see. Mine, I got two. I'm gonna do one here and then that's it. Another one.
Oh shit.
But Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Respect.
Oh, I thought
I
you
can
meant
talk
Final
about that,
Fantasy
too.
VII.
There's parts.
I don't know what moment you're gonna talk about, but I got a moment.
There's a particular moment. So
Okay.
there's characterization in this game that is unlike Final Fantasy VII, the original.
Okay.
And they added a lot more with each and every character, including characters that you didn't even have on your party in the original. So there's a certain part. I'm not gonna say what happens, but it's before the plate. If you understand that, then you've gotten up to the part. But it had me going. It had me going real bad. Like everybody's always down for these characters that you really know, but these characters in this game that I just learned about, and it really had me like, why, why? And I was literally tearing up on this whole trek. I can't talk about the actual
Wow.
time, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And anyone who's played it knows the part. And I mean, there's other parts in the game where you can feel a certain way, but that particular moment just before, a lot of stuff goes down at the same time.
Oh, and this didn't happen in the original. This
Did not
sequel.
happen in the original. no.
Wow.
And
Okay.
it really was like, Jesus, man.
I haven't
That's awesome.
I haven't played either one, but I teared up when I saw that motherfucker in the dress. What the fuck is he doing?
Nah, you gotta
the
get
main
to that
character
part.
of the
It's
game. The fuck
hilarious.
you doing?
Nah, you gotta
That shit
get
ain't
to
funny
it.
to me.
He hated it. Nah, you gotta get to
Fucking
that
terrible.
part. He was
Gotta
like,
understand the part.
Yeah.
I fucked the part.
nah, you gotta see the side eye he was giving.
But he
him.
decided to put on that
No,
dress.
no, he didn't. He did
All right,
not.
he
did
wore it.
not.
He put it on.
He was programmed that way. Nah, you gotta see the side eye when they were trying to talk to him. He's like, come on, let's get this shit over with now.
Nah, he liked it. I saw him. He was on the dance floor.
Nah, you watch some other like
Mad sus,
artists.
Cloud.
You watch some people drawing them.
You mad sus cloud?
Damn.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, I wish I could talk about the part, but I'm not gonna talk about the part. But yeah, before the plate, right before the plate.
Now I gotta freaking play it.
I'll talk about that final boss battle.
Oh, I mean, music and the perfect way they melded everything together, that had me emotional too. Because that's like
and the moments like
stuff was happening.
because there was like multiple
Stuff
parts
was happening.
To it.
Yeah,
And
stuff
I'm
was
just
happening.
And I
Music
know that
so
boss
important.
fight in the original it wasn't that big of a deal.
Can I
Nah, it's not
Can
doing
I
it.
chime in on this? Even though I didn't play the remake, but I played the original, and it's on my list, the original. But I wanted to chime in about the last boss battle of the original, the Sephiroth. Last
I
boss
don't
battle.
remember it.
I remember it.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
battle at all.
I remember it.
I'm about
Because
to
it's
fight
a-
it like tonight.
I
You
know.
sure
I
you
don't
wanna
want
do
to.
this?
I'm not.
You sure you want to do this?
I'm not going to.
No, go ahead, do it. I
I'm
know what it
not
looks like.
spoiling anything, but it's one of those things where you gotta like when it happens, it's completely different from the rest of the game, like all the battles that you've had. And I'm not going to say why, but it's different.
Well, I mean, a lot of people will put the original on there, like feels moments.
Yeah.
Because of a certain,
Well,
like, is it
because of the
spoiling?
music.
No,
the
I'm saying,
music
is
too.
it spoiling now? Everyone knows what happens in Final Fantasy VII, the original.
It can't
But
be a spoiler.
Well, because he hasn't played it yet.
I didn't. No, I'm saying.
I know what
No,
happens.
The only reason
everyone
why-
knows
I
what
know
happens.
it's
in Final
Obviously,
Fantasy
but he
VII.
hasn't played it yet. He's
No,
playing
no.
it now. So
No, I know, but he gotten past that. But that didn't make me cry. That didn't tear me up at all, just because of how it was told.
no, the music though. The
No, I'm
music
talking
got
about
me
the part in Final Fantasy VII that people get emotional about.
Sephiroth.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
Wow.
that particular
I was
moment.
just chiming in because that for me emotionally, like the music and everything that and then what happens and shit.
Yeah.
That got me like, whoa.
The Sephiroth
This
Smash
is
trailer gave me the
fucking
feels.
crazy.
Stop.
Yo, I wouldn't
Wow.
be surprised if it didn't, dude.
Wow.
That trailer was
that brought a
crazy.
tear to a lot of people.
Ask Kenny Maxim about that.
But it comes down. But the reason why the original Final Fantasy VII didn't make me tear up is because how they wrote the character, and in that particular time, they did not write that character correctly to make me have the feels that
Ooh.
people were going crazy over.
Well, it was
That
Japanese
makes me want
translated.
to play it even more. after
Japanese
that.
translated. That's why.
The
doesn't
winner
convert
is
them.
you.
It doesn't translate well.
It
A
doesn't
winner
translate
is
well.
you.
Yeah,
A winner is
a winner is you.
Just doesn't carry that feeling. when it's not translated
Congratulations.
right.
So what game you got?
All right. Next thing, I got shout out to Harish Merish. I think he mentioned this. With I think it was Mark Wells earlier.
What's that?
DQ Dragon Quest 11
Oh.
was definitely, and the reason, and then it wasn't even on my list, but I had to put it on my list because it belongs on it. It gives you the feels. In that the game is split in two parts, right? But you could play part one and end it there and not choose to continue it. And that would be, and you have a full game.
That's what I would do.
You have a full role playing game. You probably put in about 45 hours, 50 hours in it at that point. And even within part one, it has its Final Fantasy VI moment where you got your party. You kind of
Spoiler.
alert for this is a spoiler alert.
coming
for
out.
Dragon,
It's coming out pretty
Dragon
soon.
Quest 11. If you want to play it, this is a spoiler alert. Yes. Okay.
Wow.
The
There is
Pixel
a-
remake remasters are coming
There
out
is a
soon.
Final Fantasy VI moment, right, where the boss
Stuff happens.
stuff happens, right? And then your party gets separated because you just weren't supposed to fight the boss at that time. And then you got to search for him again, search for all your party members again. And when you get to that last party member, you find out that they just didn't make it. They just didn't make it. They don't make it. And that moment at itself is just like it hit you because you didn't expect that, right? So, spoiler alert.
Because
for
you messed
everyone.
up. You could have had him back.
No, but
Is there any way to have him or no?
yes.
Oh, you can
this
get
is
him.
this is the part because part two starts, right? And you have the option. You go back in time before a certain part happened.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
And this decision you make to go back at this point changes the final boss. It doesn't change just the fate of this character. It changes a couple of events and the final boss.
Like
It
some
gives
Marvel shit.
it gives you more content. It ties up that loose end, and it ties up the backstory of the game's loose end as well. And it's just like when you're watching the ending, you're just like,
Did you get both endings?
yes.
So you
I
didn't
did.
know? Did you know there was a second part?
No, I didn't know it was the second part. So when I got that, when I fought that boss,
Yeah.
who was even harder than the end boss you thought it was at the first time,
Jesus Christ.
and you're going even further, you're a lot stronger. It's just like, you're like, yo, they put too much work into this game.
So it could have been a sequel.
It could have been a sequel. It could have been a game by itself.
How many hours plus?
When I probably was at part one, I was at like 50. By the time I beat part two, I was at like 80 to 100. I was like, no.
Lot of mercy.
Because there was a final dungeon where you get more skills. It just,
they
it
really
was
threw it on?
too
They
much.
wall out in those games.
You
They
had-
wall out
you
in
get
those
epic
games.
skills
It's the
for
longest
like
game.
the main character. You get like 8 more skills and you do them, and they're just like they're epic, crazy skills, and you're like, holy shit! And you unleash it on this boss that has so much HP. You're seeing like it's like a highlight reel. All the spells and techniques that you're doing on them, and then the ending after that, and how it ties in to the freaking first Dragon Quest, and then the credits roll. They
You
show
mean Dragon Warrior?
yes,
Wait,
yes.
Dragon Warrior?
They show-
It ties into Dragon
Yes,
Warrior.
It ties into Dragon Warrior.
The
yes.
fuck?
And you see like fucking like they show footage of every single Dragon Quest during the credits, and
What the fuck?
it just does too much. It was just like, yo, this is one of the best RPGs of all time. It
Did you
really
do the
is.
final smash in the last boss?
Yeah, that's what it sounds
Did all the
like.
characters come out and fight him?
Seriously.
Holy shit.
It's attacks that look as cinematic as that. It's
Yeah?
crazy.
Are they doing another one after that? Because they
Yes, it's already in the works.
Wow.
It's already in the works. The
They'll
sequel
never
is in
stop
the works.
making
These motherfuckers are crazy.
And I don't know how they're gonna top that game. That
They're
game
like,
is
you
just
think
like,
we do?
Yeah.
We don't fucking know
It
either.
does too
on
much.
Listen, they got Dragon Ball art. It'll never end.
That's a good point.
It's like a series.
We're gonna add Chrono in this motherfucker.
Dragon
You
Quest.
miss him? You
Magic
miss
Chrono
him?
Cross.
It is crazy. But no, it's funny too because I fell asleep during that game. I fall asleep during a lot of Dragon Quest because they drag. You do
They
grindy
drag.
Drag.
They drag on.
They drag on for a
They
bit.
drag.
I'll fall asleep, but you always go back and play them. It just I couldn't believe it though.
It's
This
drag.
game does too much. It does too much. I don't know how they're topping it. It is easily the best
There was
Dragon
a-
Quest game.
Drag
There was a-
on quests.
Damn.
There was a feels moment in Dragon Quest 8 where they did some reveal, and I was like, man,
Oh yeah,
this game. I stopped playing after that.
Yes, yes,
I had to
yes.
do it. I had to do it a horse, and I was like, man, this is stupid.
Yes.
I stopped playing.
I ride you.
I literally stopped. I put in like 40 hours in. I'm like, man, that's
Was it a berserk moment
dumb.
with the
No,
horse?
no,
Oh, okay.
no. But it was it's supposed to be a feels moment. I'm like, next game.
Yeah,
I didn't
the
feel
ending wraps
nothing.
it up. I think.
Oh, I
it's-
know, but I was done with that game by the time. Because you gotta build your characters up too much in those games at certain points.
That's classic.
Yes, Harris Maris is right. You have to use, but no, the boss.
use butt?
Even if you
have to
don't
use
use,
butt, no.
all right. If you don't use a sword of light on the final boss, yes, he's like impossible. If you don't use, he's like I don't even know if you could beat him without using the sword of light. But after you use it, he still is tough to beat. He still is tough to beat. Your people have to be maxed out. It's like it's an endurance match. It is an endurance match. You have to make sure you got your healers. You're swapping in. You got like 8 people on your squad. You're swapping people in, swapping people out.
Jeez.
And you gotta make sure you have a healer in there. And it's a crazy battle. It's a crazy freaking battle. You know, and
These
you have to use
role-players-
it sort of like you have to use it.
He's gonna lead. He's gonna lead.
Chalk, what are you?
Talking about, I'm bringing in another role player also. Grandia 2.
Damn it!
Ooh,
on my list.
Throwback.
That
Good thing I
yo,
can cross
let
that
me
off.
tell you.
Spoilers.
Thank you.
Tell you.
Oh,
spoiler.
Oh
I
no!
know, I
that's-
know.
Spoiler,
But
yeah.
Hell yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
That could have been on my list too.
I
know
was,
what he's gonna
I
talk
was
about.
playing the game. I was
America.
having a grand old time.
Grandia.
Grand old Grandia 2 time. They murked my favorite character.
Oh, yeah,
Merc?
they did. They did.
Murked.
They did murk him.
And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, this is nah, it's not the end.
Nah, he'll come back.
He's gonna
They'll
come back.
Nah,
They'll
he's
revive
But
him.
then you see this item like, oh, do you want to take all his experience points? I'm like,
That motherfucker's dead.
might as well.
and I
Might as well
sat there.
run
and
your
I looked,
pockets.
I
remember
sat there
that.
and I looked at the screen. And I was like,
Yeah.
I remember that.
No, that got me too, man.
I'll take your
like-
shoes.
No, that made me feel.
I was like, I'm fucking this game up.
Yeah. That made me feel.
I'm whooping that last boss's ass.
I remember that.
Because they made
I
him.
was
They purposely
tight.
made him dope too.
Yeah,
They made him a
he
dope
was
character.
ill.
I was
He
like,
was
oh,
ill.
this character's ill. This
He
character's
wasn't ill enough.
He couldn't make it.
Well,
Got polished.
his ass got taken.
Yeah.
That was foul.
I was
I
tight.
was like,
I was so tight.
and I'll tell you, spoiler alert for that game. There
Nah,
are,
no more.
There are other
that's it.
scenes
No more, no
with
more.
other characters that you think are gonna go.
Exactly.
But they come back.
Yes.
And I'm like, yo, this dude couldn't come back.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody
Nope.
else got plot armor but him.
and the plot armor for them was funny. I don't understand why they came back. When I was thinking about it, I was
Yeah.
like, why did they come back? I just don't understand. That's
To
what
make it
it's-
feel even more, to get you feeling even worse. That's
Yeah.
why. That's what I think anyway.
Story-wise, it didn't make sense why the other character came back. I'm glad that they did, but I didn't understand.
Completely unavoidable.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. But that dude was dead.
I was tight.
Yeah,
That
I was
sucked.
pissed off. That was a
I
good
was
character.
tight because he was a dope
Now,
character.
you
was
buy
a dope
weapons for these
He
characters.
was dope.
You
No, he
know?
was a very
You
dope
invest in these characters.
Everybody liked him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
like-
crazy. Everybody who played the fucking game, they liked the character.
That's a dope character.
That'll probably lead into. I know one that's on your list. That's kind of like that. So you might as well jump
Why,
to it.
why doesn't he just say it?
I got like
I got a bunch.
I should probably knock out 2. I'm gonna knock out 2. So first one I'm gonna knock out is Control.
Control.
Oh shit! I forgot
Control.
to put that actually.
What, the
on my
final
list.
or
No, the part. You know the part.
oh,
Oh,
the
yeah,
music?
yeah, yeah.
The music
part.
got
The
you.
part.
Yes. I forgot.
I like Control. I want to
What,
play it
Take
again.
Control. What's the song?
I want to play it again. Actually, that's how much.
There's a better one that's out for the PS5.
Is it?
I'll
probably-
they added all the.
I have
updates.
my little quirks because the map I think is a hot mess.
Oh, God,
the map
the
is a
map.
hot mess. The way they do the map is a hot mess, and that game I think was probably like around a 7.5 until I got to this part. I have no. It's
changed the game.
it's probably in one of my like top moments I've played in a game. The way the like there's a character in there that has headphones, right? He's like a janitor. He has headphones.
Yep.
Later on, you get to a spot where it's like a place you just can't. It's like a maze that you can't go through until he gives you the headphones.
Right.
When you take the headphones on, they play this song. It's by Ash of Gods. The name of it's Control.
Yep.
It's made for the fucking game. It's like a hard rock song.
Yeah.
This shit hits on a level like I've never been hit before. And your shit, my fucking blood was pumping. I'm like, and
You
this
go through a shootout.
and like the mazes, like the effects on the maze just start to open up, and like it goes to the music. Like everything that's happening goes to the music, and you're just having gunfights.
So it's like a Matrix.
It
moment.
is.
Yeah.
If you have no intentions of playing this game,
I have it on the PC.
just watch that part online.
It was 2
It
hours.
is incredible.
But do recommend playing.
I was like, who thought of this? This is the sickest scene I've played in the game. This is, you feel like you're in a movie. You feel like you can't be touched because you got the, the fucking,
Telekinesis powers. You
shit.
can
You're
lift
shooting
people.
with whatever guns that you
Oh.
built up. Enemies are just everywhere, popping it. You don't give a fuck. You take them all out.
Yep.
The song is on. I'm like, I don't care. It could be 50. I'm just fucking killing all these. It's
I remember I leveled
insane.
up. I leveled up my telekinesis to the max. So I maxed out all the powers. So that scene in particular, I'm like, nope. Hold this guy up in the air. Shoot this guy. Fucking throw it together. Shoot like.
I
that was
almost want to
crazy,
play that
dude.
scene
Oh.
on stream just to show people what I'm talking about. It is
Yeah.
so fucking cool.
How
It's
long
possible.
Is that?
How long is what?
How long
5
is the
minutes.
scene?
The song
It's pretty. It's
it doesn't repeat, right?
no.
So
It's
the
just
song's
one
probably
part
like
in the
6
game,
minutes.
and it doesn't never happens again.
You know what the funny thing is? I don't know. Like the song is like it could be like 8 minutes long,
Yeah.
but like
well,
it's
it loops.
perfect.
but it's like
Do that.
it was just it should have been longer. It was just so.
It
that
legit
shit,
was
to
just
be
one
honest,
part in the game. It was just literally
the only
one
bad part is the end part doesn't hold up to it. That's the problem.
Right.
That
Should have
been,
ended there.
That should have been the end part. End part was cool, but
If
this
it
was,
happened there, it would have been like some Devil May Cry.
I would have gave that game a 9.
Yeah.
I would have gave that game a fucking 9. That part single-handedly boosted that game up like a 1.5 points.
Because that
Just that part.
That janitor character was just like.
I didn't know what the fuck he was saying. Thank God for subtitles because he's saying some shit the whole fucking game.
What the
I didn't
subtitles
understand.
mumbly too?
Yeah.
Subtitles are mumbly too.
I think so, right?
It was like gibberish. Gibberish
wasn't
written on the
words.
screen.
It wasn't words. I don't
It's
think.
just gibberish.
Some of the stuff.
No, it was
Subtitles
real
were
subtitles. It was real subtitles.
Uh,
But it was like you
but he was
couldn't.
saying another language though, right?
Because
Something like
it
that.
was like a Nordic character. So he had
And
like
I
a Nordic
guarantee not
accent.
many people fuck with Control. Not many of them. But I just like the
It was free.
there was
actually it's on Game Pass right now. It's gonna be gone. in
There's
like 2
mental
weeks.
fuckery with the game, so I said I want to play it because of that. I like mental fuckery.
Well, I got
in
Game of the
games.
Year.
Yeah,
Actually
yeah. So I
intrigued
said
by
let me fuck with it. The action is dope. That's the action is cool. The shootouts are awesome.
Well, it's
but
made by
premise of the
same-
game
It's made
is-
by freaking what you call it?
The same guy.
Freaking,
The other game that you
Max
didn't play.
Payne. It's made by Max Payne.
people, yeah.
Max Payne, motherfucker.
I thought you were gonna talk about.
The one I played Max Payne 1 and 2.
But yeah, that
not
part
the
that
other
had
one.
me like, my blood was my heart was like, this is fucking crazy. The other game I'm going to throw in is probably the first game that had me feeling something ever.
Here it goes.
Fantasy Star 2.
I knew it.
I knew it. I knew it.
Fantasy
I
Star
put
2.
on mine 'cause, like I know Eric's putting this on.
This is around the time where I saw Transformers, the 1986 animated movie, when Optimus Prime died in the movie.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert for those who
Spoiler.
didn't see it.
No, we saw that.
And if you haven't, shame on you.
Yo, you know what's the funniest thing?
You never seen
It's
it?
the lowest grossing Transformers movie ever.
Well, they can.
Oh, what? The animated movie?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the lowest grossing trend. Wow.
Because who's gonna go back to see Optimus Prime?
Damn.
Unless it was in part 2.
Wow.
Shitty movies. Damn.
No, but that I think in particular,
It's a great movie
for the
too.
spoiler alert for those who did not play Phantasy Star 2 for the Sega Genesis. Okay, but there's a certain character whose name I pronounce wrong all the time.
What do they say? It's Nye?
Nay or
Nye?
I say Nie.
It's Nie,
Nie
damn it.
sounds cooler.
Nie's way better.
But she's like the second main character of the game. Like she's probably one of the only characters that has a backstory. You know, like the main character doesn't really have much of a backstory.
Sure was a thief.
No,
and
but
it was like
that's
a
it.
Guardian.
But that's it. But like, you know, like development. There wasn't really much development.
Rudo was a bodyguard.
You done?
It's-
And there's a certain part in the game that happens fairly early into the game, probably the third of the game that happens.
Maybe halfway.
No,
third. Yeah,
third.
like a third. Yeah,
Definitely a
Climate
third.
Troll. Yeah, it's a third.
And you're like, okay. And there's like a scene, like a cinema, and you're like, oh, she's dead. And you go to like the next weapon shop after that, and they sell weapons for her that are more stronger. You're like, oh, she's coming back. She never comes back. That's the first.
That's foul.
That's the first official game where it had a very important character that is gone. And this is around the time like you would never find me picking a female character in a game. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be the girl. But she was cool. She was
cool.
She was a cool fucking character. And I'm like, what do you mean? Is there a code? There's like she's gone from the game.
No, I was pissed. I remember that.
And I was like,
no.
What?
Dude, I made clones of her in Fantasy Star Online.
Yeah, like she was that cool of a fucking
Yep.
character that I'm like, that's fucked up. I'm getting a tattoo of that character, by the way. But like that was like one of the moments where I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, it was like I don't understand.
Since when do your party members die?
Because around that time, there wasn't many things that were released as a cartoon or a game where a main character dies.
So plus it had anime scenes in it.
Yeah.
And games didn't really have that.
They
Unless
didn't-
it was Japanese.
Yeah. Like, this is before Breaking Bad's Game of Thrones, Sons of Anarchy,
People don't
Walking
die.
Dead.
Mario comes back.
Like, main characters are dying and shit. Like that's it's before that time.
well, it was
So-
never final.
And I was way younger.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't understand. The heroes always win. Why is she not coming back? Like that was the introduction to, I guess it's just whatever, they wanted to put in there, and that's what makes the story drive forward. And
Yep.
that's the kind of story Phantasy Star 2 was.
There was no baby. There was just done.
No, that was it. That was
There's no
it.
resemblance in anyone else.
But that had to have more of an effect on the main character. Her purpose was for the main character. That's for Rolf
Yeah.
to evolve as a person in the game.
Yeah.
But that was like a what? What the fuck is going on here? What do you mean?
And it's hard to pull off in 16-bit.
Oh, it's very
Yep.
tough. But that's probably always number one for me of what are you talking about? What do you mean?
Like that happened. You're like,
Like they
damn.
did it again in 4, but it didn't have the same impact. You know what I'm saying? It was just repeating of what happened in 2 because they want
Yeah.
that same flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's to impact the main character.
And part 4, she was a mentor. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
she had to kind of get out of the way so Chaz could kind of be the star.
Yeah, exactly.
And you knew he was the star before you even played the game, so it wasn't as surprising as Nie or Nye or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, no. And every special weapon at the end was named after her.
Yeah, right.
I'm like,
the Nye sword.
so
the
she's
nut-
coming back.
the shot- yeah.
Like, so does that mean she's coming
The
back?
strongest weapons are
DLC.
named after her.
But a
that's
Game
right.
Shark, man. You can
Yeah.
hack it.
DLC.
I'm like, that
But
shit,
actually Game Genie.
it
right
was
there.
such a ripoff to me, but that
Or action replay.
And then they call the sword El Cedillo.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna name off 5 games because I have a ton of them.
Jesus Christ, that list is like 20.
Al doesn't
it's a
play
lot.
around.
Jesus Christ.
It's a lot, man.
Al
It's a lot.
doesn't play
I have a lot
around.
of feelings.
Yeah, no, these are all great games, and
You better hurry up.
A lot of these you played. Spec Ops: The Line.
Oh, I'm surprised you don't have that.
Good pick, dude.
See, there you
Good.
go.
I forgot about that
See,
one.
there you go.
Yeah, now I've heard
Good
that game-
fucking pick.
Very, very good game that shows you the realities of war.
Doesn't give it enough credit. That
And-
game gets no credit for
Yeah, it didn't sell. It didn't sell very well. It's probably one of the best, narratively
Yeah.
best third-person shooters
that was 360,
that I
right?
played.
Xbox 360.
That's what
PS3?
I played it on. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game was incredible.
awesome fucking game.
Incredible.
Dead Space. I know we mentioned it before, but
I'm playing it soon.
Dead Space.
spoil it,
Yeah,
don't
I don't
spoil it,
want to
don't
spoil anything. I can't spoil anything, but the Dead Space. I'll say the first 2, not the third one, but the first 2. As far as emotional and puts you in the feels, yes, those 2 games did it perfectly.
Interesting.
The second one is my favorite of the series, but and that's not taking anything away from the first. The first one, obviously, they didn't have the budget, so they did the best that they could do with the budget that they had, but they innovated a lot of shit that was never done in the horror games before, and I thank them for it because that was well done.
But can
The
you
second
stomp
one-
an alien's freaking head like the first? Remember
Yes.
you were doing that constantly.
Oh, dude, you.
They was like, you don't have to stomp all of their heads.
Yes,
Yeah,
they all have. They all have to go.
Yeah,
they,
go.
Well, they added
they
so
might
much.
grow back.
Yeah.
They added so much to the sequel too. Like part 2, they added different death animations for every like. Oh, dude,
I never
they
see those,
added-
man. I'm just too good.
It's so crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Batman Arkham Asylum.
Oh, okay.
Well, spoiler. The last boss fight. I don't want to spoil it now. I thought about spoiling it, but I'm not. You know what? You guys should play it if you haven't. That one got me, man. That got me.
Last boss fight in Arkham Asylum.
Arkham
You sure it's
Asylum,
not
or are you-
City?
Or are you thinking about Arkham City?
Oh, sorry. City. My bad. Yeah,
I was
my bad.
Like Asylum, I was like,
No. City.
Yeah, I'm
My
like,
bad.
Oh,
No bosses in there.
City was
But,
arguably the best
yeah.
one. Arguably.
yeah, that's an argument. That's
I like-
a valid argument.
Boss fights.
I like Arkham Knight.
The boss fights,
boss
yeah.
fight-
Boss fights best in the series.
I like
Yeah.
the first one.
Arkham Knight was.
I like
The
Arkham.
Origins
Actually, I
had
like Arkham
great.
Asylum.
Our Origins had good boss fights too, man.
Yeah.
No, they all
I like
the
Asylum
Arkham,
better.
the Arkham
Best.
series, all of them had good boss fights. They all played amazing.
Arkham Knight's the
But
best
City-
because it has the Michael Keaton outfit.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, that's a take.
But no, City is definitely.
Oh, there.
A game that I know nobody has on their list because nobody's played it except for me. Superliminal is an indie game, first-person indie game where it's all about perspective and how you see things, and you have to figure out how to get from point A to point B. The thing that makes it, that part that I put it on the list is that you don't know anything about the game. It's one of those games where you're playing it, you don't know anything about the story.
No.
You just know that you're supposed to go from point A to point B, but it isn't until you get to the final parts of the game where the story actually gets revealed, and when you figure out what actually, like, the reason why you're doing it, it blew my mind. I was like, wow, this is an indie game? This is freaking crazy. Like, it's on a level of what the hell?
Axiom Verge. What's up?
Damn. No,
He's throwing names.
no, I'm trying to think of like another game to compare it to, but I can't think of it right now. But no, it threw me for a loop, man. I was like, wow, this is a freaking amazing indie game. Good game. And then the last one I'm gonna say, I still have more, but Portal.
Yeah.
Portal 1 and 2. Both of them. Because
My brain freeze.
the first one,
That fucking cake.
all I gotta say, yeah, exactly. All I gotta say is the cake is a lie.
Actually, isn't there an ending where the cake is there?
Yes. But the cake is a lie. No, it's crazy. No, that game, it's one of those games where like you're doing a simulation test. That's what it is. You're testing a simulation of a portal gun, and all this stuff is like subliminally like in each stage, like written on the walls and shit, like graffiti from other people who've done the test. So you're like, wait, what? And it's like you're promised to get a cake if you complete the test. So you're going through the game, and then it's like you see a graffiti on the wall that says like, the cake is a lie. And you're like,
Early in the
wait
game.
a minute.
too.
Yeah, mad early in the game. Like
I
right
actually
when you
beat
start.
that. I actually beat Portal.
That's a freaking fun game, and the puzzles in the game are very, if you've ever played Portal, it's innovative, man.
Yeah, it's get your brain thinking.
But that was another game that was written very well.
Oh yes,
Very well.
and that's why
The bosses and the cat and like even the stupid little robots.
and that's why I say part two, they fleshed out the story and they added. Oh man, part 2 is so much better than the first one. They added an AI robot that follows you through every stage, and he talks with you and shit, and he's artificial intelligence.
talking shit to you the entire
But
time.
yeah, he's talking shit to you. No, for real, he
I'll
is.
shoot that thing in the
He's
face.
talking shit to you, and he's helping you too. But he's talking shit to you,
Yep.
and he's helping you. And then it's I don't want to reveal anything. I don't want to spoil it. But the last boss battle that fucking got me because I was like, whoa.
Those
This
games
is
are surprisingly
freaking crazy.
Good. Portal's surprisingly good.
But talking about writing, that was part 2. Well written, like one of the best. Like I want to play it now. Like that's how
Somebody
well written it
doesn't.
is.
Chuck's like, I
This
don't.
guy doesn't want to do it.
Well, no,
I don't want
we
no part of that.
we played the 2-player. That was separate from the actual main story. That was like a side mission type
You
of
already
thing.
figured out all the hardest stuff.
So
you're
that
good.
I
that
want
had
no part of it.
that had nothing to do. That had nothing to do with the main story. The main story, if you play the single player mode, oh dude, the story is awesome. Well acted. The voice acting in it is freaking amazing. Great game, guys.
Nice.
Good stuff.
You know,
And you
what-
do feel sad too. There's a part in the game where you're just like, oh my god,
you know,
why?
you know what game kind of got me? Uncharted 4.
Oh, that's on my list. Good, I can cross that off.
So I've never seen a series tie up as well as Uncharted did, as far as the series is concerned. I know there's a side story DLC afterwards, but when I got to the end of Uncharted 4 and the way that it played out, like a movie, it was such a perfect ending.
It was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And I was like, this is crazy. I never,
Oh dude,
because it was like,
you don't want it to end.
no, but the way they pulled off that ending was just so movie like. And I was like, I can't really complain about,
Wait, hold on. Did Kev be 4?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't, I was going to talk about it anyway. But I just, like, the way they pulled it off was like, I can't believe that they did it so well.
Yeah.
And like how they
Four was
tied it
awesome.
back. They tied it back
really-
to other characters.
I really liked 4.
and
I
the
liked 4 a
family
lot.
That
aspect
was the
of it.
best.
4 was awesome.
Even Crash Bandicoot made an appearance.
And it showed me how bad I am at that game.
Yeah, I was like, the first stage, I was like, Jesus.
Even as a company, like Naughty Dog, like if that was the finale of Naughty Dog, the company, I would like, perfect. You guys did perfect.
Even the DLC was awesome. DLC was
I
awesome.
still got it. They actually
Big-
came out
big
with
fan.
the
Big fan.
updated version of that for the PS5. So I'm like, maybe I should play it on there.
No, it's worth it. I recommend it. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm
Really fucking good.
I might do that when I'm jumping onto the PS5 stuff because it's not that long. But that one and what's the other one? All right, my last one
Jay's last
for me.
one.
This is my last
Jay's
one.
got one more.
Yes, and you know what it is.
Maniac Mansion.
That made me cry. No,
Last of Us.
no. It is Telltale's Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
If there was one game
Oh, it's on my list.
that I've felt so emotional on, like if you see my playthrough, I actually had to edit parts of it out. Luckily, it wasn't live because I bawled like
Damn.
like ugly face, like
You ugly cry, man.
like-
No, ugly cry.
like crazy. Like I mean, and if you played the first story of it, like the first season,
Yeah.
you'd understand a little bit of that. But if you got through the entire 4 seasons, and I mean, there was more to it than that also because they actually canceled the game before it was over. And I was like, I spent like 7 years with this title, and you guys canceled it before the ending. And that hurt me so bad that I really wanted to like find this company, write to them and be like, how can we make this happen? And like I signed like petitions and everything. I was like, how do we make this game get the last final, like there was only 2 stories left. There was like 2 chapters left to finish it off. And they were bankrupt. And I was like, how do we get this? And luckily a company later down the road, they bought them.
Right.
And they had the story. They finished it. And I was like, that's never happened, really.
Right.
Like if you had something that's popular and it got canceled, it's probably never coming back.
Yeah.
Fans, man, the fans.
But even after all that, that was emotional in itself. But to finally get to the end, dude, all right, that's recorded. You can watch that on the channel. And if you look it up on the final chapter, oh my gosh, the way
It's crazy.
there was so much, I cried so hard. And it wasn't even like because of certain things happening. It was because it was ending. And I was like, I can't believe how much I
No, that final
Like-
scene, man.
felt. Like, I mean,
I didn't play it yet. So.
no, I'm
Same
not
here.
talking
No,
about
we're
it.
not talking about just
Same
not
here.
talking about details of the scene, but that final scene, like leading up to that, was like it was a. It was.
It's not
rough.
even that I'm talking about. Like
Not
that
even.
part, like I did bawl on the part of the story there, but the like credits roll, like that made me reflect on the entire journey and all the emotions I had during and the raising of this person in the game and like everything about it and everything that happened, and that's what made me just crack.
And
at
that
the
was
end.
that was 4, right?
Yeah, season 4
Okay.
final. Yeah,
I
that's 4
played
seasons.
2.
You're up to 3.
I'm up to 3, and I played the 30 days, or whatever the fuck it is.
That was good, yeah.
And
You
I played
need to-
I played the Michonne one too.
Yeah, you need to get through.
So I gotta get through 3, and I gotta get through 4. Even though I
But-
saw a lot of stuff in 4, but it doesn't.
I have
the
Clementine's hat on my shirt right here.
Yeah.
And it says a term that was at the end of the game that made me really like, I was like, I can't even hold these tears in right now. I was like, I don't care if I'm being filmed. It's on there.
Get the camera out of my face.
It's
Stop
on there. I
recording.
felt like it. I felt like saying that. But I thank the team who made that game so hard at the end of the game, and it was like, good job. That was like the best, and that was the most emotion I felt in any video game ever so far. But they up to that point where they can pull that
They
off.
do a good
It's
job.
crazy.
I remember part one. Part one was
Yeah.
pretty rough.
I didn't think they can beat that.
That was
I
pretty
was like, no.
And
how
the
could
other,
you?
even the what was it? The
ridiculous.
side stories that they had. It was summer. 100
600 days or 300 days.
300 days.
300 days of summer.
That wasn't really much.
I
but
liked it.
It was okay.
I liked it. I liked the anthology type of storytelling.
Yeah, I wish it pulled in more with the story, but it was.
What,
what
the-
it
I like side stories.
They were
like
in the
that, though.
background in some places.
Yeah,
It was
but
bad.
I enjoy that.
But yeah, as a whole, yeah, I can't top that.
That's good.
I'm actually glad that it caught that emotion on film. Even though I don't want to, I'm telling y'all now to watch it, but I'm like,
Right.
even though I don't want the world to see it, it's out there. It's out there.
It's out there. That's why I see it.
That's
About to
the
turn that
evolution.
shit into a T-shirt.
I'll post the link on Twitter.
By the way, I watched a documentary on Point and Click Adventures and the Telltale series, or just Telltale anything. That's the evolution of Point and Click.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
evolution of storytelling.
that's
Point and
how
click
Maniac
storytelling.
Mansion would be now if
Right.
it was out now.
Right.
If they did it the right way. Why don't they do it?
Smash JT's got it, man.
Exactly.
He wants it to happen.
That's hilarious.
What you got? That's all of them I got. That's
This one goes off of Eric's kinda. He said Fantasy Star 2, so Fantasy Star 3 is I guess a game that had moments.
Fancy
it
Star
emotionally hurt you so
3.
bad because it was
No,
so bad of a
no,
game.
no.
You cried.
This is what it was like, kind of what the fuck moments, because you're coming off of Fantasy Star 2. Fantasy Star 3 had 3 generations. All right, you start as Riz. His wife gets taken away by a dragon. You're playing the whole first part of the game trying to get it back. You get it back, you marry her, you have a kid named Ain. And then during Ain or Ain or whatever like that.
I stay using that name too, dude. I use that name for everything. I don't know why.
No, so you're playing as Ain, and then you find out that your father and his wife and your mother, their kingdom is overrun. They're trapped in a cave with your uncle. Your uncle he lost his eye. He's dying the whole entire part of that scenario. Then close to the end of that game, your uncle, as a dragon, takes you to an island, dies afterwards, and he tells you a secret that he was the one who took your mother away before he married your father at first. So you learn that secret. Then Ain marries Thea, has Sean, and in the beginning of Sean's
these names like
the beginning.
He's good.
The beginning of Sean's scenario, they're on a satellite, right? And the meteor is about to hit it. So they put Sean on a spaceship to go back, to the main world, and then
Superman.
Ain and Thea, who you just played as them to beat the part 2, they just die in the beginning of part 3.
Damn.
So you're like, oh wow. So it's like,
Got off.
I actually forgot about that.
yeah. So you see your uncle die. I don't even know where Riz is. Riz is already dead.
I'm like, it's been dead for years.
So the grandfather's dead, and the guy who just started as the son, he died. So it's just like, wow, all these guys are dying every time you start a new generation. So it's just like, just getting off of Nie or Nai or whatever from part 2, and then you're seeing the main character kind of die.
Part 3's like, let's up that shit, even though it plays like garbage.
The animation sucked.
Oh, it
But
played like shit.
So it's like the equivalent of Aliens 3.
yeah, it's like what?
It's like I just watched everybody in this awesome movie and then I ruined this.
And they had interesting story parts where they could have played off better, but
I think Fantasy Star 3 should have been a card game.
it should have been a side story.
And it's like, depending on who you
The
marry,
animation should have been a card.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well.
Here, pick a card.
Yeah.
and that fate doesn't
Time
have
to do.
If Ain marries Sari, I think her name is, instead of Thea, he doesn't die like that.
Really?
He stays alive.
Oh, really?
Because he never goes to the
Oh,
satellite. The satellite doesn't get blown up, so
See,
it's just like,
They got an intricate story back then. Man.
it's all about who you marry, man.
Should've
changes
didn't
the
marry
world.
anybody. He would have been happy.
You've been dead.
He would have been nowhere around there.
You'll be dead.
If he didn't marry anybody, he'd be happy.
Yeah, regardless of if he died or not. He
Yo.
would have been happy.
Yeah, that's die happy.
Is everyone done?
Actually,
I
I
have a lot.
I got it.
I thought of 2 others, but it's very fast.
Okay, I got no. It's my turn.
I have the most.
I thought you was done. No,
Go ahead.
I'm
You
not
got
done. I got a couple actually.
What you got?
Gears 5 at the towards the end of the game.
I
you
know
have
what
to
you're talking
make
about.
A gut wrenching decision, and it's not fun.
That was out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I was like, no.
I was like, wait.
Either one of these options
And
is
the thing
not
is,
cool.
and you know what's fucked up? It's timed.
Oh, yeah, you have
don't
to
do
make
what
a
you do.
decision.
So you have to make a decision, and you just like, oh, this is fucked up. Oh, this is fucked up.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
and then you gotta pick.
I didn't care about that character, so I was like, peace.
I was tight because I played Gears 4.
Well, you have a lot of interest in
yeah,
it, yes.
because the character, Anyway,
Yes.
stop talking about that right now.
We got some
Anything
tissue.
else?
I got
Then there was a moment in Halo 2 because Eric reminded me of this because this song by Breaking Benjamin starts playing called "Blow Me Away," and you just freed a bunch of Marines. And then you're going through this Covenant ship, and you're like killing everyone, and the song's playing in the background, and you're running and gunning, and it's like the two like armies like just clash, and you're like, oh, this is so fire.
Just something. I'm telling you, there's something about
And
the music.
and just like Control, the end of Halo 2 was mad anticlimactic. I got tight.
See, that's that bullshit.
I was tight.
Why do you
in the
put your
game.
best
Yeah.
moment
They
not
should
early
have
in
a
the game?
finale. They should do it for the finale.
Not for the finale.
Like,
It's like a roller, like the anticipation of a roller coaster. You're going up, click, 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 click. You get to the top, and then you drop, right? And that's all. But then it's like the next up, like the next hill.
and you fall further. Why am I falling
and it's
further
like,
for?
no,
Like,
no, this
you
is-
guys fucked up,
It's not
man.
as good as that first. It's not as good.
They made up for it though. At the end of actually, Halos 1 and 3 have similar endings because you're in a warthog.
You just drive the Warthog.
Yeah, but Halo 3 did it so much better. Like the theme is playing, you're driving through.
I'll say Halo 3 is good.
Halo 3's ending was
the
awesome.
theme is playing like you got if you're playing multiplayer and you goddamn should.
It sucks when you fall off that shit.
Yeah,
though.
you got
A
one
lot of
person,
breaking.
you got
can't
one
be
person
hyped.
shooting on the turret. It like you're shooting Covenant, you're shooting Flood, and you're driving to get to the ship. It's just such a fire moment, and the ground is literally falling from beneath you. It is so ill. It's a movie moment.
I love that
Absolute
shit.
movie
I love it when they do that.
And then
Helps.
you got Marvel's Avengers. The entire last stage of the first campaign of that game, complete fire. It's like an
That was
Avengers
awesome.
movie.
Oh no, that was really cool.
It was an
Actually,
Avengers-
yeah.
it was an Avengers movie.
And no one talks about it. The campaign is very underrated in the
Nobody's
Avengers.
played the
course.
game.
No one's played it. No one's played it. No one's played the game.
Nobody's playing.
Nope.
'Cause
They
it's
went
cool.
online one time. It's like, ugh.
I heard it was bad, so it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
No,
It's
you didn't-
so this game's
People
over.
had praised it because one of the later updates when after the game came out was I guess the feature to restart the campaign, the first player single player. So people were saying like, oh, it's the multiplayer, it's got problems. The single player.
If you played it, yeah.
Anytime I
but
mess with that game, I always play it a couple hours. It's fucking
Nah, it's
All time.
I like it. I like Avengers
all
a
the
lot.
time.
Yeah, and like the way each individual character got to shine in that final stage.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's dope.
Yeah, and especially Captain America. Captain America got a little highlight film.
Yo,
in that last
y'all be
stage.
sleeping on Cap, man.
I don't sleep on Cap.
Well, their suits were awesome. Those final
The
final
StarTech
freaking
suits? Yeah.
StarTech suits
StarTech
are awesome.
suits.
But the
Fire.
one I'm wearing now in the game, though,
Oh, you mean the old school one?
old school, old
I
day.
got Captain America's Endgame one on.
Miss Marvel's costumes are all bad.
Dude,
not
even there was
bad.
new ones. There was new ones, and I was like,
Except for her StarTech is good. Her
StarTech
StarTech.
is-
StarTech's
She
the
has
best one.
She has one
StarTech's
shiny,
the best. StarTech's the best one.
shiny, weird pajamas.
And then,
She's wearing pajamas.
and Marvel's Spider-Man. Spider-Man No Way Home borrowed elements from that game.
Really?
And, yeah. Wait, you didn't play Spider-Man yet?
Yes, I did. I just didn't know they borrowed stuff from No Way Home.
No, No Way Home borrowed stuff from that game.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's great.
So yeah, it was
Did you see the movie?
Did
you play the
game?
Did you see the movie?
Oh,
I
no,
played
he
the game.
was sitting next to us. But yeah, it was so well done. The story and the final boss fight, complete emotion and just it's so good.
I wanted to play Spider-Man fairly recently, actually.
So
that
good.
was that's that.
Spider-Man's awesome.
I don't give that game enough. I don't put that high enough on my top list because it was incredible. Spider-Man was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So
Yeah.
fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I don't.
I didn't put it
A
on
lot
my
of people
list.
say
either.
Miles
and
Morales
it
better.
needs to be high on my
Yeah.
list because it is so good.
I didn't put it on my list either.
Dude,
I'm
fucking
kind of mad. That it didn't.
Miles Morales had me feeling a certain way at the end
Me too.
Miles-
Me too. You can't not mention Miles Morales.
They did their end. They both did their end scenes.
Yup.
Incredible.
Fuck, I gotta
Yeah.
play that, man.
Incredible.
yeah.
I just wish Miles was longer.
Yeah.
That's why I give the Spider-Man slight edge.
Well, that was the
Miles
one.
had the dope music. They had the hip hop in there. They had
Miles
the-
was a polished version.
They had
of
an
the game.
awesome scene.
Yeah.
Like a shit's burning everywhere. You're fighting everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It
But
was great.
I just wish it was fucking longer. It was so fucking good.
Yeah, man.
Both of them are incredible games.
And then there was Devil May Cry 5. Nero, he was basically walking around handicapped for the whole game.
He was.
He was handicapped.
He was.
For the
He's
whole
all
game.
again.
And at the end, he actually like realizes his own inner strength and activates his own devil trigger and slaps the shit out of his uncle and his dad.
Yeah.
And then beats his dad's ass, and that's the game. But yeah.
You want Super Saiyan?
He looks like Kevin Pereira.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, he does.
that particular.
I'm gonna take the model and put it right next to him. I'm gonna tag him. I'm gonna
man.
tag
It's
him.
him.
It looks like him. Why is it him? Why is he not him?
That's fun.
It is
All
him.
right. And that's it. I think that's my whole list.
All
Your
right.
list? All right, I have 5. You want me to knock out like 2, 3?
Knock them off.
I'm going through my whole
Oh, no,
entire.
I still got
Yeah.
more too. So
You do?
I just remembered a couple more.
Oh my
Well,
God.
Go
This
ahead.
guy.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go through
I don't have to.
Fire Emblem Three Houses. That I think with that game it was more of it's a very dark themed game, and it's a very, you're going to have to kill people that you know in the game and later on, and the way and the funny thing is, like, I don't really care too much for it because it's like, all right, if I have to off a couple of these motherfuckers, I don't care. It's just the way the music plays into the important battles. It hits you in a different way. It's just, I like Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance have very great music, but this one was just done such in a way where it's like,
They experimented a lot too.
yeah, they with the dubstep, you mean?
Yeah.
Which the only thing you'll never see dubstep played off in a role playing game like Fire Emblem. But no, the way they played off the tragic scenes of people dying within the battle that you're killing them in, and the track that they used for it is just like, it makes you feel like, should I go back on a save and try to prevent this? Like, it makes you feel guilty about what's happening. Because shit just turns dark. Like, the game turns dark. Very fucking dark for all 3 main characters. So, like, it's one of those that, I've never played a Fire Emblem game that did shit like that.
Yeah.
And it has you feeling a certain way. Another one on my list, Astral Chain.
It's on my list too. I can cross that off. Thank God.
Astral Chain, 2 specific moments definitely in that game, because that game is like a anime fan's dream. That game, that is an anime. But there's 2 scenes. I will not, ruin it because you haven't played. But there's 2. So there's one part where you go to this location and they play a slow version of this song, and you're just there, just walking around. But later on, you go back to that same location, and it has more of it's the same song, but it has a more of a upbeat, action-oriented. And the things that are happening, there's a crazy moment that happens with a certain character that's close to the main character, and the song just goes well with the emotion of the situation. And you're like, oh my God. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And it's like really fucking crazy. And then the other one that no game has ever done this to me in my entire life. No game, except for Astral Chain. There's a 2nd or 3rd form of a boss.
Yep.
And the music had me in goosebumps. It had me I had to pause. I was like, it was out of fucking control.
Super Boo?
It was out. What's up, Super Boo?
Super Boo.
It was, for me, I was like, this is one of the craziest things. It brings me back to Control. Like the music combined with the scene.
It just builds a moment.
It just hit me like nothing ever hit me in a game. I was like, this is Sexy Cops. It hit me in a moment where I was just like, this is fucking crazy. This is one of the craziest scenes I've played in the game.
That's platinum for you. Man.
Platinum, listen.
They've done it.
They did it on a level that I've never seen.
Yeah, that last part, man. It was
But
by far awesome.
That was incredible. 3 games I got left. Final Fantasy 3/6.
Yep.
There was too many moments in that game to list. Just too many. And one in particular, when the world ends. When do they put that in the fucking game? Like, when do they put?
Well, it became cliche after that.
No, but like what,
quite a few times.
yeah, you got a character who they make you be after that, who's trying to commit suicide.
No, it's a dark game.
You're like around that time, it's like,
We were children.
yeah, like this games don't happen. Like, things like that don't happen, and it's just, you just don't understand, because it's like, hey, I was just facing bosses and going through, and we found out it was 2 players, so me and Turbo were able to play it. So it's like, all right, but what the fuck just happened?
Well, that might have been the first game that we saw that actually escalated to that point, where it's like, this is the end of the game. This is the boss of the game, and then you beat that, and it's
That's
like
halfway, motherfucker.
it's not at all halfway through the game, and that's probably the first time we've seen that.
And also, my favorite character, we played it the wrong way the first time. My favorite character was dead as hell.
Because you messed up.
We fucked up. So when we found out, I remember it was actually at the corner store. We were checking out fucking magazines, and we found out that you could actually save him.
Yeah.
And he can actually play. You would have him in your party throughout the entire game. And I said, "That's fucking. Let's play it. Let's start over now." Shadow.
Well, that's your guy.
So yeah, that for me was a
You
pretty.
just had to wait.
And so many, yeah, you had to wait. You had to wait. There was so many moments in that where it was like, that shit hasn't been done. My last two, Evil Within 2. Evil Within 2, because part 1, you don't give a fuck about the game whatsoever. The characters are wooden. Voice acting's terrible. The scares are out of control in part 1. Yeah. So what they did with part 2, the voice acting, and I never thought you could fail so bad on a main character in the first game and make you care in the second game.
180.
Same
man.
dude.
Same guy.
Same guy.
Different voice acting.
Better story.
Better story.
Better story.
The relationship with him looking for his daughter and his wife. I don't know what they did with that storytelling, but it had me in a certain way by the end of the game. I'm like, I'm feeling like, I don't know. Like, I feel bad. I feel sad. I felt a lot of things towards the end of the game because they did it so well.
I'd like to see a movie done.
Evil Within
that,
2.
That plot was so freaking well done.
And I'm so happy you played it because no one knows.
awesome.
and Radical Reggie.
Yeah.
Because one is just, voice acting's terrible. It's like it's like a cool Dreamcast game.
Yeah.
With crazy scares.
Part 1
but
was,
2 is so good.
Resident Evil Within 2.
Resident Evil Within 2. So that one had me. And my last one I have on here is Days Gone.
Oh, yeah.
People
like
do
that
not
one.
understand
That's a polished game.
this
I gotta play that.
game. They don't understand the emotional journey of this game. This game is very, very good. The voice acting of this game is so good. And you give a damn about what the main character goes through. What he goes through, what he loses at the beginning, or what he thinks he loses that possibly might still be out there in the game, and you don't know. And you're still going throughout certain missions with hope of like, I know this is a kind of like a side mission-ish, but I'm more intrigued about this than the actual what's going on, but they kind of tie in.
Oh, yeah.
And
the
it's
narrative of that thing is crazy.
It's so...
I didn't even care about the game. I'm watching you like...
Dude, I don't know anything
This
about the
is deep
story.
ass
Well,
story.
yeah, I thought it was going to be a default zombie game. It's a
Right.
60, and they then out of nowhere, sometimes like when the story's evolving, they'll just throw in a song. They'll throw in a fucking song while you're riding on your bike to a long location. So if you weren't feeling emotional before, here goes a song to fuck with you, So it's. I want a sequel to that so fucking bad, but oh my god, that had multiple times throughout it. I was just like, damn man, you guys got me. Damn, let me pause for a second. But no, kudos to that team, man. They did a great job. But that's my entire list.
We got to do a lightning round. You
Yeah,
got,
no.
5
I've
minutes.
been waiting patiently to get through this freaking list. All right, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Spoiler alert, Upside Down Castle. That shit blew me away. You
That
think
was?
it's the end, and then you're like, wait, what? You play the whole game
If you
again,
pull it
but
off.
upside down? What the
Unless
hell?
you played it wrong.
That shit. Well, that blew me. That was awesome, man. Had me feeling fucking like mind blown. Metal Gear Solid, the first one, PlayStation 1.
Oh, yeah. There was some moments.
Psycho
There was some
Mantis.
moments.
Good one.
I was just thinking about that.
Spoiler alert: Psycho Mantis battle.
That's iconic.
Oh my god,
That's an iconic.
that was
That's
like
brilliant.
That's
That's
like
iconic.
like genius.
Couldn't even do that now.
No.
Genius level type shit, man.
Can
Like,
only do it once.
Castlevania.
Can only do it once.
right.
Yeah.
Put the controller port. He sees all. He knows.
I know you've been playing
He
Beyond
knows
the
what your
Beyond.
movements. So
No
you
one
put
knew
the-
about
you're
Beyond the
like,
Beyond. That
you
role
talking?
play.
freaking crazy.
You turn
man.
off the game because you're scared.
The other thing on Metal Gear Solid was the frequency. How to what was it?
You had to call her. You had to look in the back of the
but
case.
it was in the back of the it was
Yep.
back of the case.
So if you bought that off somebody and they didn't give you the back of the case,
Right.
you were lost.
I thought you were talking about Scissors 61.
That was part.
Ooh, Metal Gear Solid 3's ending is up
What?
there too.
Deep throats.
They called me Deep Throat.
Okay. Anyway,
Bad name.
God of War 3. Holy shit, man!
Oh, God of War.
God of War 3. Last boss fight. Spoiler alert: Zeus. Holy shit!
Oh, I saw you. beat
Oh,
it.
That-
bloodbath.
Oh my
It was just the
god!
whole screen turned red.
That was awesome. That was
me?
awesome.
For me, it was fighting on top of the Kronos. Was it? That
Oh yeah,
motherfucker?
yeah. That too.
That my brain said.
Oh,
I
my
don't
God.
go crazy for graphics. I said
It was just epic.
this
It was
is
just
fucking
epic.
crazy.
No, the game.
It was epic.
This is fucking crazy.
And this
I
is-
don't give a fuck. That
this
is
is
crazy.
PlayStation 3.
You're
man.
fighting people on top of someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
This is in PlayStation 3
Mind
generation.
blown. Mind blown.
Next one, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Good. Good call.
Holy crap.
Good call.
Respect.
Everybody knows who's played it. No spoilers in this one.
The end,
Me
right?
describing it. The end.
I
You
didn't get
play that
there.
last
That gets-
battle at the end.
Bruh.
that
holy
gets your heart
shit.
beating like
I was
I'm
like-
terrified.
Heart beating.
I was like,
Heart beating.
Oh, so this is how this game going.
I said, yo.
Shit's getting real. Shit's getting real.
I'm like, this is why he ain't end up in the main category. Okay.
Yo, that was the
I have a
biggest.
vague idea.
That was the biggest like mic drop right there from
Dope.
the
Dope
team,
end.
man. I was like,
Dope end.
whoa.
Dope ends.
That's why I had to put it on the list.
Good call.
Resident Evil 2 remake has to be on there because of the extra shit that they added. And well, let's just say X gonna give it to you.
I would never shame them if they added that in. If that was in the game and that's how it happened, I
That
wouldn't
should
even
be
mad.
that should be a DLC. That should be added to. No, but Mr.
Thought
X,
this was a game.
Mr. X, the way they changed it just enough so that if you played the original, you're a fan of the original, you would still enjoy it, and you
Terrified
still
the shit out of
would. Oh, dude!
He's a
This is the
terrifying.
foot
But they
stomp.
made him-
They made the
terrifying.
stomp sound crazy.
But the best was the jail cell. So you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I just spoke to Jay about this like a day or two ago.
Yes.
I said,
That-
Al's a dick. First of all, Al's a dick. He's sitting there on the computer. I'm playing a certain
I'm
part.
watching him play.
He
I'm
said,
like,
"Did you heal?" Wait, you haven't said anything in the past hour because you're working on something. You just asked me randomly, "Did I heal?"
I'm just asking. That's all. I just want to know.
And I'm like, "What the fuck's about to happen?"
Of course.
No, but even if you know what's
It doesn't matter.
happening,
It doesn't matter.
you still
You
get
don't
caught.
know. You still don't
You
know.
still get caught. I'm like, oh my god.
I still gotta play as Chris.
Oh man, dude, no, the game.
You mean Leon, motherfucker?
that game got me. Man.
Is this
That game got me.
Chris ain't in that game.
Leon Redfield. Leon Redfield.
Since we're on Resident Evil topic, the other Resident Evil is Code Veronica. Of course, this game needs a remake like crazy. But this game also had one of the craziest twists ever that I've ever played in a horror
Oh, it's creepy.
survival horror game
Have you
with a
seen
twist.
Psycho? Isn't
That's creepy.
it? But you
But you don't see this coming. and
Yeah,
it's-
you don't see it.
you
at
don't
all.
see it
It's
coming
like-
at all. And the way they pulled it off was awesome. It was the first time I was like, wow, this game really got
I
me.
was like, really?
That's when they could
Like,
do no
yeah,
wrong.
got me
They could do
Kill
no
this
wrong.
weirdo.
Resident
Yeah.
Evil, they could do no wrong with back then.
The next one is I don't know if this is an indie game. I played this on when I got the Xbox One. I bought it off of you, and I first started playing Xbox One. This is before I had Game Pass. I bought I'm sorry. This is on Game Pass, I think. The Turing Test, it's called. It's the Turing Test is an actual
First person, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
the Turing Test is an actual test that scientists use for artificial intelligence. They have the artificial intelligence take this test to prove that they're alive, like to see if they can determine whether you're talking to a human being or an AI.
What is an overpass?
So yeah, so it's a bunch of philosophical questions that a human being would be like, oh, who do you if you're driving in a car and there's a baby stroller or whatever, who do you turn out of the way, or do you hit, like, if you have to kill a group of people or one person, what do you, like, morally, what do you do? Like, if you have to make that choice.
Try and hit them all.
So yeah. So it's like stuff like that, and it makes you as you're playing through the game, they bring up a whole bunch of questions like that.
No witnesses.
But it's very similar to Portal as well, where it's like, because it's a first person, and you have to figure out how to get from point A to point B. Awesome game, dude. And the voice actor, the thing that got me was Jeremy Irons, I think his name is. Is the voice actor of the artificial intelligence.
Oh, okay.
And there's a twist in the game that got me. I was just like, whoa, this shit is crazy. And it's not a long game either. So I don't know if it was a big. I think it's an indie game. I'm gonna say it's an indie game because I never heard of it before. I saw it on there, but very well done. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And then the last game I'm gonna say is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
That was in the chat.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, and you know what's crazy? It's not even the story that got me like emotional or whatever that got me, gave me the feels. It was the stupid fact that they give you horses in the game, and you can name your horse.
Oh, they had
You can train the horse. You give him he has attributes and all this stuff. And during one of my shootouts, right? Because you're wanted and shit, and people come and start shooting outs, whatever. I accidentally shot the horse in the head during the shootout.
You did?
I did. And it came from me. And let me tell you, the depression that I had after that happened, because this thing doesn't come back. And then I'm thinking, like, how do you animate this shit so goddamn realistic? Like, it looked real. I'm like, damn, man. I felt horrible.
Mr. Ed.
Like, I was like, yo, this. I
Mr.
trained
Ed in
them.
the head.
I'm like, oh. No, they did an awesome job with that, but that got me, man. That freaking
man.
got
Red
me.
Dead 2 had a lot of.
There's a lot of moments in
Yeah,
there.
Red
Oh no!
Dead 2 is,
And then I just thought of another one. There's another moment in the game. Spoiler alert! You get to hang somebody. You have to make a decision whether you should hang him or
Oh,
not.
that's a hell yes. Every time. I'll sit there like this while motherfuckers hanging.
And it's fucked up because I had my reaction after that happened. I was like, oh shit, that's fucking graphic, man.
No, they
that was rough, man.
these games,
When that happened, I was like, oh,
they want you to feel that
shit feels real,
They
man.
want you to feel that shit. But I tell you, if I think a motherfucker deserves it, I won't even flinch. Motherfucker's dying by my hand.
And then the last game is
That
Grand
was the
Theft.
last game.
Yeah, you said last game.
No, no,
Move on.
The last game is Grand Theft Auto 5. I just thought of it now. There's a torture scene where you have to choose what weapon.
That was
Oh,
fun.
that's right.
That was fun.
That's right.
Oh my god, dude. That got me a little weird because I'm like, all right.
Is that bad? I felt good. I'm like, what do I use at this motherfucker?
Dude, you're
This motherfucker's about to talk. Oh, I'll make him talk. You gonna talk today?
No, it was a pipe, a car battery, like
All foul.
It was like all foul,
Shit,
like
clip off nails and shit.
Yeah, dude. Bro, it was like.
You gonna talk today?
And I remember reading an article saying that the developers said that they purposely made it like so that so make you feel uncomfortable when you did it. And I'm like, damn, man.
I had a scene like that in The Walking Dead. Remember that, Jay?
Yeah, those moments.
Spoilers. Let me stop.
I like that scene though. I was pretty vicious. He deserved it.
He said the same shit as me. I like torturing motherfuckers.
No,
Yeah,
he deserved
It was fun.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I was satisfied.
If you
Torture.
deserve it, you gonna get tortured.
The more he screams,
I'm
the more I
creative
laugh.
with that shit.
Wow.
And then I throw two names out there real quick.
Hopefully, it's one that I just thought of because I was gonna end it. Which
You
is one, I hope
motherfuckers.
it's one of the ones I thought
Well, we
of.
only got like 4 minutes. But
I'll kill it fast.
Echo, however you want to pronounce it. That was a game where there was no speech, and your connection with the girl while you're doing the puzzle and stuff was crazy at the time. And that was like one of the first PS2 games to really take advantage of the system. And also Shadow of the Colossus, if you ever played that, if you ever actually find out what you're doing, it's kind of a what the fuck moment. And it makes you feel a real certain type of way.
Really?
Not going to tell you what's going on, but if you get through that game, you're going to be like, oh.
I'm surprised it wasn't Braid. You didn't say Braid. Does it make you feel
Word.
Oh, man. It made me
Word, man.
It didn't make me any emotion. Like, it was shocking,
Made
yes.
you feel creepy.
It was
That's a
shocking.
feeling. That's an emotion.
But what's your thing? Because we don't
I got one more.
One more. No, that's it.
The last boss fight in God of War.
4.
The last
Oh,
one.
God of War,
Yeah. That was insane, and it was madness. And it's like
Is that a giant?
it was.
You're fighting on the ground, a giant sign.
Yeah, it's like
You're fighting someone and there's a thing in the background, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's madness.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
madness because this dude is trying to kill your son, and the woman that's controlling the giant doesn't want you to kill her son.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you got to because you got to protect.
Someone's
your son.
going to
Right.
die today.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And that
was good.
Epic.
That was good.
That was awesome.
That was a good part.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
No one else?
Nah.
My
Oh.
official last one, Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Oh yeah, that got you.
Oh,
Right?
That got me.
Yeah.
Valkyria Chronicles 1 got me
Oh.
actually.
I know the part you're talking
One
about. Yeah.
had me feeling a certain way, but 4
4.
got me to because they're so
Actually, yeah, I would say
they're so story heavy
Yeah,
in part 4.
I get that one.
And by the end, I
Had me mad.
I did not feel right. I was pissed. I was sad. I'm like, no.
They played it out right though.
They
was
did it
crazy.
perfect. They did it
Yeah,
perfect.
they
They
did
did
a good
it
job.
perfect. And I'm like, I'm so upset. I was
That's a
like,
good call.
I
Forgot
was
about it.
so fucking upset on so many levels. I'm like, I can't believe they did this.
I'd say 1 and 4 though.
I can't believe they fucking
It's
did that.
war, man. It's war.
It means y'all should play that.
But it was perfectly done.
It was well done.
Yeah.
It was like it was well done.
It's on my backlog list.
But
man.
oh,
Yeah, you
Awesome
need to get
game.
to it.
Yeah, you would love that, Al. Oh my God.
I wanna
Valkyria
play it
Chronicles
again.
4.
I want to play it again.
Well, guys, it's been fun,
And emotional.
but we do have we do have a streaming schedule
This is new.
for everybody that doesn't know, and if they're listening, then we have the Indie eShop recap. We do it the first Monday of every single month,
Coming up.
and it's coming up next Monday actually.
Be sure to check it out.
Monday, February 7th.
Live.
We're going to be doing it live at 7:30.
Do it live!
Tactical Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where I play puzzle game, a strategy game, or RPG.
Yeah.
Tune in to find out. And, of course, you guys are listening or watching the Level 857 Video Game Podcast, which we do it every single Wednesday at 7:30.
And we got some special guests next week.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Be there.
So tune in for that one because it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. And then Thursday Thrills with Sticks.
That's right.
That's right, man.
That's
You don't
right.
know if he's going to be playing something new, old,
I'm
indie.
saying something old and new tomorrow. It's fun.
But it'll be
Oh,
thrilling.
yeah.
It'll be thrilling.
Tomorrow it's fun.
Old new.
It's a D-make.
That's the first time you ever had done that, actually.
he said
Yeah.
That's crazy. D.
No.
Make.
No.
He's going to play the D. Make. No, he's not. Anyway.
Bloodborne, damn it. Bloodborne D-make. Tomorrow. Be sure to watch it.
Yeah. And then, of course, we got Fighter Fighters with Big Choco, man.
Where
Where
I
he's
only
going to be
play
throwing.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Oh, yes. That's it. Don't
Nah,
forget.
just kidding. This Friday we're playing Smash Brothers Ultimate.
That's
for
right.
the
Drop
Smash
in.
Fridays.
Oh,
Drop
yeah.
in.
Online.
Last Friday of the month.
Drop
Turbo,
in Chalk
you popping
versus the
in?
world.
I'm popping in.
I
Yeah.
might be able to make it.
Come
Might.
one,
pop
come
in.
all. I'm fighting all of you.
All
Okay.
right. Then we have two randomly. Oop, shit. That was
We
my
got excited.
bottle opener.
I got excited.
We got two randomly streaming shows. The Backlog Break, of course, the title says itself right there, and then Smash
No
Maddox.
vlogs.
Smash Maddox, me and Turbo 857, take all you bitches.
Yeah, that's coming up soon. We'll let you know next week when the next Smash Maddox is happening.
That's right.
Smoking section is open.
That's
All
right.
Right.
And I'm bringing marshmallows.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Smoke. I don't know.
Thank you all. Until next time.
Peace out, guys. It's been fun. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the